Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. A big day for both Ohio State basketball programs. Jake Diebler's squad heads to Maryland tonight to face the Terrapins at 8:30. The Buckeyes 6.5-point favorites in a game they desperately need to win. We'll have it for you here on The Fan, beginning with the Fan warm-up show at 7:30. Over on The Fan 2 tonight, you can hear the 9th-ranked Lady Bucks as they head west for a 2-game trip. First up, the Washington Huskies tonight at 9. Tyler Danberg has pregame coverage beginning at 8:45. The Columbus Blue Jackets headed into their Olympic break as the hottest team in the NHL, winning 7 straight. They beat the Chicago Blackhawks 4-0 last night. Zach Werenski and Elvis Merzlikins off to Italy now to play for Team USA and Latvia, respectively, in the Winter Olympics. The Jackets return to the ice on February 26th. In Boston, the NBA trade deadline today at 3 p.m.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
Delayed kickoff here on Rothman Ice. We had a 12:01 kickoff. We're going to move that back to 12:07. So we have the ref out in the middle with the coin toss and all that. We are Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the black and gold man. How are we feeling?
And purple today. He's got a little Ravens purple on today.
Oh, you know what? No, that's Vikes Steelers Super Bowl is what that was.
No, he's got a nice Randy Johnson, Arizona Diamondbacks tee on. But yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. And yeah, welcome in, man. How you doing today? You looking good over there?
Feeling good.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Winthorpe.
Good.
Nothing. All right. We'll have some good stuff today. So maybe. I mean, yeah, like we'll be, the listeners will be the judge of that.
What you're saying?
I say that way too much.
What is it? Under deliver. Wait, what's over promise? No, what you're saying? You got a good one.
Under promise
and over deliver. There it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
All right, so this is what we are promising, though. My boy Matt Finkes. Whoa, Silver Bullet original, the 90s.
The beast.
Yep. Bookends with Vrabel. Number 92, number 94, just getting after people in the 90s. He's going to drop in studio. Want to talk about Vrabel's ascent here, maybe take you into the Wayback Machine when they were rocking the scarlet and gray, and talk about Ohio State. But, of course, Vrabel's his guy, his former teammate coaching in the Super Bowl, and what's in store for him on Sunday. Dan Dockich is on Radio Row. Okay. He will join us from San Fran at 1:30. And then we'll do a little CBJ buyers with not a question mark, but they got to lean in now. Like, this team is on a heater. I actually lied to you. I wound up betting them last night, just didn't tell you, and it worked out. Because if I said it on the air, it would have jinxed the whole thing. But the weird part about it is,
nice to know you lied to us,
I'm sitting there. I didn't lie at the time.
What would you call it?
No, I didn't. No, at the time, I wasn't going to do it. And then later on.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
After I didn't see you.
Okay.
Right.
Are you a believer
It's not stealing. It's borrowing from those that can afford it.
Are you a believer in white lies? Little white lies.
Lies by deception, lies by omission, that kind of thing? Or,
Like half-truths? We're like...
Oh, I love that. One of my hobbies is stretching the truth.
Where it's like 100% of what you say was the truth, but you didn't tell 100% of the story.
So
that's
not
lying. It lacks context. Yeah.
So technically, I didn't lie. I just left out a couple of the details.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. I watch a lot of body cam, as you know. It's a hobby as well. And I was watching one. It's weird. Most people want to turn off their phones when they go to bed. And I'm one of those that it kind of helps put me to sleep.
So you like to doom scroll and watch body cams. That's your doom scroll.
Or just whatever's in my algorithm.
Topic of choice.
Yeah, it doesn't really. Who knows? I could show you. I could pop up YouTube on my phone right now, and you'd see my algorithm.
It would be nice to see all of our algorithms.
Yeah.
Mine
would
is.
It?
Wow.
Mine is.
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree.
What's in you? See, what are you hiding over there?
I don't know, which is what scares me.
Mine is nothing but wrestling, sports, and reality TV. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. What's in your wallet? I would say something. He's on incognito.
The incognito.
Yeah, he's
browser.
on the dark web. That wouldn't be a good one.
I'm going to go. Yours is body cams animal stuff.
That's right.
Sports.
Oh, I got a great animal one for you.
I think that's kind of your big three if I had to rank them in your algorithm.
Yeah, I just watched a video of they do this at the shelter. I'm not sure where, but they bring in a bunch of people that are interested in adopting an animal, a dog, from a shelter. And they let the dogs choose them. And they're all signed up for this. They get it. You get what picks you.
So you have to take it home is what you're saying.
You have to adopt the dog.
Okay.
I mean, you're there to adopt an animal.
Okay.
And now, I don't truly believe, I believe in lifestyle and how that fits. Because I don't want someone adopting a dog that needs a ton of exercise and someone that's just a couch potato. It won't work. It's just not good for the animal. So you do want to match lifestyle and what you can handle and all that. But I've been watching this, and they put some nice, good music to it.
Okay.
And sometimes... So they tell you to go. So you go in this room and you agree you cannot talk to the animal. You cannot really look at the animal. You're just there. You sit in the chair and your arms are like this and you're just staring out into space, and they let a dog into the room. And then the dog eventually just picks somebody. Just goes up to somebody and jumps in their lap, and that's one of the greatest things. So yes, that is in the algorithm.
Show me that.
The body cam one I was talking about is because we're leaving stuff out of context. I was watching one last night where these people went into this restaurant and they got a little loud, and the restaurant told them, "Hey, you're toast. You're out of here. We want you to leave the property." Yeah. And they're probably
and they poured their margarita into a to-go box and left.
Yes, they're probably a little lit up already, and it was like 4 people. It was like a husband and wife, and then I think either her parents or his parents. And they were on vacation. You knew that it was somewhere, who knows, maybe in the Carolinas or Myrtle, who knows where.
Well, things get strange in Myrtle Beach.
And so the cops show up, and they haven't left. They're in the parking lot, and they're in the car, and she's in the car. They're all 4 in the car. And he's like, "What happened?" It's like, and she's like, "Well, got a little loud, and they asked us to leave, and things escalate a little bit. Feelings got hurt and something." And they leave out like every last detail of things were said and feelings got hurt. And then the cop's like, "Well, we got to report that somebody threw a drink on somebody." I never saw that. Like, we poured the wine out, and if a couple of droplets got on somebody's pants, there was no intentional. He's like, "Well, if I go and watch the tape, what am I going to see?" I'm not really sure. I mean, his feelings got hurt. I mean, we're willing to leave, and so they leave out everything that really happened. Yeah.
Here's the thing: you don't really want to snitch on yourself, right? Like that's kind of I'm kind of leaning to their side a little bit. I don't think you want to just say, threw a nice glass of Cabernet in somebody's face.
So
got to protect yourself a little bit.
The thing you have to, the fine line between, I think, dealing with a law enforcement officer is that honesty does go a long way. At least that's what they tell you. And I think that if you are honest from the start, I think there is more of a chance that you might get more of a trespass versus a battery charge or an assault charge. Now, if somebody wants to press charges, then you're toast.
You maybe catch a cop on a good day. You may get like a flagrant 1 instead of a flagrant 2.
I don't think you're going to get tossed from the game just from the parking lot. All right, so we got Finkes in studio.
Tell the truth, you ever been pulled over?
Ever been pulled over?
Yeah.
What world do you think we're living in? Of course. Like for speeding?
No.
Wait, you've never gotten a speeding ticket?
No.
You've never been pulled over for speeding?
For anything.
Moving violation of any
kind. Turning on your blinker or rolling through a stop sign.
Illegal lane change.
Well, I don't want to put anything into the atmosphere.
Doom scrolling while you're driving.
My drive home tonight, I'm getting pulled over 3 times, but no, in 10 years, I've never been pulled over.
Good for you.
Because you don't speed or you're lucky?
Because I'm aware.
Oh, I like that answer. That was good right there.
You go with the flow.
Because I check my mirrors.
I'm aware.
Okay, so you just go with the flow.
They teach you in driving school to check your mirrors every 3 seconds. I'm checking those mirrors every 3 seconds.
Is it really every 3 seconds?
You're supposed to.
The rear view. And the side view?
You're supposed to rotate. You're supposed to check side mirror 3 seconds later.
How are you
rear
going to do that while you're scrolling on the phone?
Yeah, exactly. Well, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
You're a doom scroller while you're driving.
So
I'm a doom scroller at red lights. When the light turns green, I lock the phone.
Let me ask you this.
I will confess, I'm definitely on my phone at red lights.
Okay.
Oh, you Toyo dress. What a mess. I confess. Donka Shane. Why?
Roadhouse.
No. Why do you do you think this is going to be a Cal Ripken thing? Like, do you have a goal to never, ever be pulled over in your lifetime?
Well, that would be nice. I don't think I'm going to be that fortunate, but I do think that the more that I talk about this, there's going to, I don't believe in like luck or like karma or anything like that, but I think that the more I talk about it, it's just going to happen. The universe is going to work against me now.
Karma's real, though.
You're 10 years?
I believe in karma.
10 years.
I believe in karma, especially with how you treat people. You're dogging people out through your life at some point in time, that's coming back around to get you. I do
but I don't think
karma.
that's an accident, though. Like, this would be accident. Me talking about never getting pulled over and then getting pulled over later, that's a complete fluke. I do think that bridges being burned and then you not getting help from somebody whose bridge you burned, that's not an accident. This would be a complete accident that I think is now going to happen because I'm talking about it not an arrogant way, universe, but
have you ever been in a car accident?
Not since I've been driving. I was in two car accidents under the age of 5.
Okay.
Nice.
So in your adult life, you've never had to have an interaction with law enforcement ever for anything?
No.
Man.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Weren't caught up in some scrum in a bar
I'm
or
saying nothing.
Some
noise complaint somewhere, anything.
noise statute.
I mean, I'm sure I've spoken to a police officer before, but I don't.
This is
remember.
amazing because you're the anti-authority guy.
Here's the problem.
The authority song.
I need, and I've really been slacking
Authority's
on
always
this.
going to win.
I still have a Missouri driver's license. I got to get that corrected.
Okay,
quick.
I don't know if that's anything you want to admit on the air.
No,
you don't have a current Ohio driver's license?
I just moved. I just
moved.
I have a new address as of a couple months ago, so I need to get on that and get my new address.
If you plan on hopping
You
on
have tag. You have Ohio tags, though.
Yes, but the car's not registered in my name. It's in my parents' name, I think. And then I pay my parents.
Never convicted.
Okay.
All right.
Do you guys have the updated driver's license that you need to fly? You got yours? I have a passport, so I think I'm okay. Chat, let me know. I think I'm good. If I needed to travel, I just need the passport because I think I have the older version of the ID.
So
not the
soon
newer.
I need to kill an entire day at the DMV because that's how long it takes.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Well, here's the thing.
No, you can make an appointment.
No.
No, you can make an appointment now.
I need two.
Okay.
Go online, make an appointment.
Cut the
What's
line
it?
a little bit.
It's
I'm here for that.
2 things of proof of address
Yeah.
or something like that.
Bring a bill or something.
Yeah.
I guess. Can I bring everything's through email now. Can I bring a digital
A receipt from the strip club.
bill? Yeah.
Whatever you want.
My Columbus Gold bill.
Or Columbus Gold card.
Yeah.
This is my gold card.
Got that card updated.
Yeah, exactly. That one's in good standing. What's your expiration on that? 7/48.
All right, I'll do it in a couple days
Yeah, take care of that.
on the weekend.
I like this streak you're on. You say you're on 10 years?
10 years. I don't even
Okay.
want to talk about it now. See, the more we talk about
No,
it,
I just
it's
want
going to
we
happen.
like to set over-unders, and what would the over-under be? On set us an over-under.
All right, so for all the
14 and
police
a half
officers
years?
out there who are supposed to have their radios tuned into some channel and are instead listening to us, I am going to get an Ohio driver's
Shout
license.
out to
I
you.
just got a new address recently, and I was waiting for that.
Okay.
So then I can get a permanent address and not have to keep getting, new driver's
Later
licenses.
on, we'll give out the make and model and what time you usually leave the station.
Come and get you.
Maddie and I will drop a dime. There's a guy weaving on Twin
Yeah.
Rivers.
That wouldn't be the first time that you had a fake arrest of a coworker.
This is a...
There's a story for another day.
Yeah, that was good. That was
was a good prank.
That was a fun time.
I feel bad for
that.
you.
Was a fun time for me.
We have to tell that when we come back since we did it. But now you got to tell it when we come back.
All right, so college football. There is something feels off to me about this coach declining his yearly extension.
Okay.
We'll tell you about that next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Attention, men. If you wake up and you feel like you got hit by a truck, if your waistband keeps creeping out, if your bedroom game is rated M for missing, you feel it, she notices it, and you're not alone. For many guys, this is ED and low testosterone. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic, powered by Men's Pro, comes in. We didn't copy men's health trends. We built a playbook since 2014. Labs in minutes, in-person care for better results, urology-backed science. A recent 54-year-old patient told us, I feel like I'm 30 again. He's crushing it at work and back in the gym, lifting like he did years ago. Oh, in his words, not mine, fun is back in the bedroom. I feel like a beast. Another guy said, they treated me like a person, not a patient. I wish I came in sooner. We have treatments that work for over 92% of men, even when the pills fail. And this month, when you start a treatment plan, your first month is on us. Call 614-300-7400. That's 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. You've heard me talk about High Bank Spirits, but the food is just as good. Brunch worth planning your weekend around, seasonal dinners perfect for date night or game night. Plus, kids eat half off every Monday. Find menus and locations at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. Great cars, great deals, Great Lakes. GLakesHyundai.com.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Tom's Garage Door, Tom's Garage Door. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Tom's Garage Doors, Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
For the past 100 years, Shriners Children's has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
Please go online right now to loveshriners.org.
Do you have an oak tree in your yard? The Ohio Chapter International Society of Arboriculture is committed to advancing responsible tree care practices while preventing a fungal disease called oak wilt. They remind those who own and manage oak trees the best time to prune is November to early March. To find out more, there are over 1,000 qualified tree experts in Ohio. To find an ISA-certified arborist in your area, visit treesforohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Back in the day, if you wanted to listen to the fan, you turned on the radio, and that was the end of the story. But now, oh baby, stream us live on the Fan app, TuneIn app, iHeart app, we're everywhere. The Fan, Ohio's streaming destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies for us today and chilly. Temperatures will be getting into the low 20s and our feels like could be into the negatives. As we go into tonight, expect skies to be mostly cloudy with temperatures in the teens. Friday, snow develops as we go into the morning, becoming a little bit heavier as we go toward the lunch hour. We could see 1 to 2 inches possible. Daytime highs will be in the mid to upper 30s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bobby Carpenter demands that you watch Morning Juice on YouTube. If you don't, Tito will move into your house.
Live at 6 a.m. on YouTube and streaming on the Fan app.
Matty promises he'll continue to do the show even if he wins the lottery. If only we believed him. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
This is one of the strange traditions. I don't even know if you call it a tradition. I guess if they do it all the time, it is a tradition. But Wisconsin does this thing with their athletic department where they do yearly extensions every year for all their coaches. Well, why do we have contracts? If I know I'm just going to get, if I survive this year, I get another one.
It's a yearly bonus?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's odd. Yeah.
It took a turn yesterday when Luke Fickell's name didn't appear in the fall coaches yearly extension list. Like somebody was like, is this a typo? This is an omission. Why is he not in there? And Chris McIntosh came out and said that it was actually Fickell's decision not to receive it. Now, I find this odd. I do. I think that from a PR standpoint, maybe this makes sense that they went to him, or maybe this is completely 100% his decision. But it just doesn't hit me right that a coach would request that he wouldn't get a contract extension for consideration, and that McIntosh is like, hey, I want to honor his wishes, and they determine the current terms of his contract will be maintained. Now, he has a pretty good contract, considering what they haven't done in football. He enters year 4 as the head coach. He has a 17-21 overall record and a 10-17 mark in Big Ten play. Now, that truly doesn't deserve an extension, and when they extended him after a 5-7 year, even though he had a very tough schedule, the backlash was real. He faced the fire Fickle chance through Camp Randall. And this is a team that had gone to 22 straight bowl games. And now they've had back-to-back losing seasons. This doesn't surprise me that he would not get an extension. What I think, and I don't know this, is that they probably got in a room together and said, from a PR standpoint, we're going to have to wait and see on this. And he probably said, that makes sense. Now, although most coaches wouldn't turn down money in an extension.
I know I wouldn't.
Would never do it, right?
I know I wouldn't.
So he remains on a 6-year agreement. His compensation is still climbing. Like almost $8 million under the original term signed in 2022. His buyout is north of $20 million.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe that's where this is headed. Maybe that's where this is headed then. Maybe not right now, but maybe after another mediocre year, maybe there is conversations or have been conversations to your point of, okay, this may be the end of the road here. And Finkes looking around and saying, okay, maybe it is time, because I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of people or coaches that would turn down an extra $7-8 million, whatever that 1-year extension was going to look like. This is a first for me. When I saw the headline, I really scratched my head, because I don't think I've ever heard any coach, any athlete turn down an extension unless they just absolutely want to get out of town. And maybe some of this, if Fick is feeling that way, is rooted in, maybe I can't recruit here at a high enough level. Maybe there isn't the NIL support that I would like to have here in Madison. I don't know. I'd love to ask, somebody that covers Wisconsin, what the heck is really going on here? But when he came in, we knew where the bar was in their minds, whether it was fair or not out of the gate. When you do what he did at Cincinnati, that was kind of the expectation, is that you can take a program like the Bearcats, get them into the playoff when it was a 4-team playoff at the time. Man, what could he do here in the Big Ten with maybe better resources? I'm not sure, between Cincinnati and Wisconsin. And so, yeah, it is strange, because like you said, AR, there's reports out there, and this is coming from Football Scoop, that Wisconsin's athletics board met Wednesday to impart rubber stamp 1-year extensions for the Badgers head coaches. And like you talked about, all of them except Fickle accepted it. So this is some type of thing to where they go, I don't know if it's every single sport or specific sports, to where they do this as kind of an annual thing.
Why don't we do that here? Every year we're still on the air, you get another year tacked on.
So is it like, hey, the baseball coach, lacrosse coach, everybody at the exact same time gets a 1-year extension offer?
If this is true, then I really do applaud him, because I think he's doing the right thing publicly and professionally, that he probably didn't deserve another raise, an extension. He wants to make good on the contract. That's what I'm saying. I applaud it if it's true.
I don't.
The fact that you're pausing makes me think like you may believe there's something off to this. It wasn't him 100%.
No, I don't applaud anybody for turning down money, millions of dollars.
Oh, I would applaud it, because if he didn't think he deserved it, then he shouldn't get one.
Yeah, but I guess for me personally, I just don't
He's
think
competitive.
I get that.
Those expectations haven't changed.
I'm still going to be competitive with making more money. That's just what I would do.
He just did that and went over like a lead balloon with the fan base.
But I want more.
He just signed a new one. They just gave him a new one, and you know how that went over.
I want to cash in again. If you're giving it to me, why not?
That's why I get back to my original thought. Something feels off.
No, I agree with you on that. This is not normal, for sure. This definitely feels off.
They opened 26 against Notre Dame at Lambeau. I'd have to look at the rest of their schedule, because the expectations are not changing there. If anything, he's under more pressure.
What are the expectations in your mind for Wisconsin football?
Well, they got to get back to. They got to get back to being bowl eligible. Let's at least get that.
I think that's fair because they can't have playoff expectations right now. I think that's a little unrealistic. So I think you're right, AR. It's probably get to a respectable bowl.
You start running a respectable program, we'll have to come down here and hassle you no more. Yeah, it's bad. I just feel like he probably is like, I got the extension when I probably wasn't really in line for one, and now they're going to throw me another year, and the fan base is going to just revolt on this. And I just think it was best for both parties to say, hey, let's earn something here. Let's earn it back together. Then we'll all share in the success, Maddie. You know, the phrase you love to hear. So Notre Dame at Lambeau, they're going to Happy Valley. They get USC at home, at Iowa.
That's it.
And that's about it as far as any big boys.
Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, none of those. Okay.
So maybe this is the year. Now, if he can pick off one of those, Notre Dame or Penn State, especially Notre Dame, which they're not going to beat them. But if they did, then it's on again for him, on Wisconsin.
Yeah.
At Penn State, that would be one. Got to beat USC at home. You get them at home. Take them down. Maybe you win at Iowa in a rivalry game.
You know, coming in out of the gate, I remember he made the hire of, Phil Longo, right? And he brought him in from North Carolina.
That's what sent it down the bad road.
And it didn't hit the way that they thought it would. Because Phil Longo was doing some good things with Drake May and some of the running backs they had over there in Chapel Hill. And then he just, look, a lot of times whether it's in the NFL or in college, when you don't get things right at the quarterback position, you're going to be set back. And I think that's where Wisconsin has been, because you look at what he had in Cincinnati, my boy Desmond Ritter, my big Desmond Ritter guy.
Yeah.
He had a vet there that could hold it down.
On, though.
I know. He's still getting NFL checks, which I'm here for. And look, he obviously had Sauce Gardner and some other guys, but that's it for me right there, is that the Phil Longo hire out of the gate wasn't what they thought it would be, and that's attached to a lack of quarterback play. And you look at some of these programs right now that are getting things going pretty quickly. It's because, yes, they have good pieces on offense and defense, but the guy under center is somebody you respect on Saturdays.
This is my gut, that they agreed that he didn't go in there and they said, hey, here's more money. And he said, don't give me that. Like, I don't think that's what happened. I think they discussed it in a big picture way, that this is not putting you on the hot seat. This is accountability. We're going to emphasize that we're all in about re-earning the trust of our fan base, getting this program back going again. And I just don't have proof that that's it. But I don't think it's the healthiest for this program to just rubber stamp another extension for him without the results.
My guess is, AR, I think he said no on the extension because I think he may want out of Madison sooner rather than later. That's my guess.
He can want out, but who's going to want him if things don't go well?
Yeah, you reroute yourself, go be a DC somewhere, go somewhere, and start over. That's just my guess.
His contract's through like 2032.
Let's get that buyout talk going. I love that.
Well, the buyout's still pretty healthy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to come back in 2 minutes and guess, you know what? He may have an opinion on it because he played with him as well.
Yep.
Matt Finkes, the great former Buckeye, in studio in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
College. A time to broaden the mind, question, learn. A time to challenge the status quo. And eat a ridiculous amount of pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of the Ohio State University and the unofficial bank of pizza. Let's go Bucks! Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The best teams don't always win titles. Sounds like AR and Maddie bragging about their fantasy teams.
Hey, that's cheating.
This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, Super Sunday coming your way. 6:30. Pats, Hawks, and a guy who's been in the league, been around some great players himself, was a great player here at Ohio State, went into the pros and had a great former teammate who's now going to be coaching in the Super Bowl. Our friend Matt Finkes. I wish we need one of those applause like little drops. We need one of those. It's good to have you in studio, my man.
Thanks, man. It's good to be here.
All right, there we go. You were a former radio guy, and I'm trying to mic you up over here. I don't know what I'm doing.
There we go. There's some applause. There you go.
All right, so where do we begin? Is this a little listen, he's been around, and when he was kind of hanging out in Cleveland, I think a lot of people thought, well, that's actually, people probably like Stefanski, even Jim Schwartz are probably like, well, this is good, but I don't want this guy looking over my shoulder every day. And then it wasn't going to, I guess the timing, I don't even know if he would have wanted the job in Cleveland, even if it was available.
He did not want the job.
He did.
No, he was there for a purpose. Yeah. I mean, and when that purpose was up, he took off. So, I think Mike left Cleveland because I think he gained the knowledge he wanted to gain. He went there looking for real insight into how GM's role plays a big part. I mean, because that's what happened to him in Tennessee, right? You had an owner that brought in a GM who didn't agree with what he wanted to do personnel-wise, philosophy-wise, started shipping players off. He had no control, and then he lost it all. So that's what I mean. And Mike's a guy where if you you don't have to teach him very many times. Like once he learns something and once he kind of gets screwed on something, he's going to figure out how to beat the system on it. So that was the role for him in Cleveland.
You touched on maybe his lack of interest in not wanting the Browns gig. Was that rooted in personnel, ownership, something else?
I'm not going to speak for him on that part, but I mean, it's the Browns, man. Look at it. Unfortunately it is because, their fan base is phenomenal. But the product, whether you want to talk coaches, whether you want to talk GMs, whether, owners or whatever, they've had players come in. They've had, you thought that they might have gotten over the free agent thing when OBJ came. But they haven't been able to kind of clear that hurdle, clear that, that hump. And whether it's, they've drafted good, they've gotten good guys in there. And it's just whether it's, competing philosophies. And having two head coaches on the staff at the same time, like you did with Schwartz and Stefanski, that's got to be a really tight relationship. What Mike's doing with
McDaniels,
Josh is, they've got a good relationship. You've got, if you got two head coaches on the staff and you're not in lockstep, that's a problem, man. It's always going to be.
The great thing about him is that he's never really had as Maddie likes to put it, a tractor versus a trailer.
Yeah, or an aircraft carrier.
So he's never had a carrier at quarterback.
Yeah.
And honestly, he could have beaten Cincinnati. He could have been in that Super Bowl with the Titans. It was that close.
Yeah.
And they come all the way back, and Tannehill forces that ball, and it gets picked, but they were close. But he must have looked at Cleveland's situation financially and realized this is a nightmare. They gave Deshaun all that money, and now their financial situation is a wreck. And even if I think, well, two things. That maybe if you thought Deshaun Watson had a future still, he would have maybe been more intrigued. But if we think that he doesn't, and then you add the financial problem to that, you're right, it wasn't going anywhere.
Look at the financial situation he just stepped out of.
Yeah.
Not stepped out of, but got released from when they gave Tannehill that huge contract that everybody's like, wait, what? What? I mean, you're not going because I mean the whole talk was Brady was going somewhere that at the exact same time they signed Tannehill to it was like $140 million. I mean, it was an insane number, and then that precipitated. Okay, now we got to get rid of A.J. Brown. Now we got to move Julio Jones. Now we got to move our left tackle. I mean, and that kind of thing. And I think he saw that. I mean, and that's what Cleveland's going through right now.
And now he's in a situation where you know ball obviously at a high level. You get the head coach right. You get the quarterback position right, you're probably going to be on your way. And so now Drake May in year 2 with Braves, just the combination of those guys, it's got Belichick, Brady vibes to it as far as the structure that they had. We'll see as far as the success goes. But just talk about that. Drake May now coming in with Braves and what you think that's done to the culture over there.
I mean, this is a team that looks like Mike built it 5 years ago. I mean, when you look at what they are, when you look at kind of the makeup of guys on the roster, I mean, you got a guy in Diggs who kind of is, I mean, you can say kind of past his prime, but they're bringing him back in and he's having a great season. You got young guys playing hard. You got a great tackle that's playing really hard for you. You got a quarterback who's young, just eager to learn and be good and be better. I mean, this is a team where, I mean, this is a team like Mike. I mean, let's, to be honest, when he had, Derrick Henry and all those stars, I mean, that's not his personality. His personality, I mean, so to bring those guys into buying into the system, it's much easier to get guys to buy in the system that don't have huge bank accounts, huge egos, huge deals off the field and all those different things. And I mean, and Mike's a player's coach kind of guy, and you see it in the clips in the film of him after games and talking to guys. I mean, that's who he is. And I think it's a great setup for him right now. But I mean, they got a huge task on them Sunday.
Great former Buckeye Matt Finkes in studio with us, one of the original Silver Bullets paired with Vrabel back in the 90s to wreck offenses. Did you have a feeling? You've played with a bunch of people. You know who might have a coach mentality or a coach knowledge or a knack for it. He clearly had a nice long career in the pros. So it wasn't like a guy that had a couple years and then was like, what am I going to do with my life? Like it was probably a natural transition for him.
He still had years on his contract. Yeah. If you remember when he came to Ohio State, he was signed. I think he still had 2 years left on his deal at Kansas City. He'd just been traded to KC. And I remember this vividly. I'm in the Denver airport coming back from somewhere and got the news and, texting with him like, what are you doing, man? Like, you're coming back to Ohio State. I mean, it's turmoil here because I've been talking to Luke, I mean, he's like, this is my chance to get into coaching. He's like, I can step right in. Yeah. And I'm like, it's like, okay, man. I mean, you're still making $2-3 million a year in Kansas City. You're about to make $200,000 a year. But at that point, I mean, Mike loves the game. He always has. I mean, it's the same way with Luke. Those guys, you could tell, the way they studied the game, the way they really kind of put into it. I mean, the minute that Luke stopped playing, he was all in on being a coach. I think Mike, knew kind of towards the end of his year. And I think just, spending that time with Bill and really having that time with the Patriots with Bill, seeing kind of what he was like as a coach, I think that really kind of motivated him to do the same thing.
Listening to both teams talk about their head coaches this week, like both of these guys in the Seattle's locker room and New England's locker room are just talking about the culture that has been set by both guys. Because McDonald on his side, this is year 2 for him, and Braves has been around the block, but he just got back to New England. So as a former player, when you hear that word used from a player's perspective and a coach coming in, what does culture feel like? What does that look like to you?
I'd rather be in the New England locker room because you've got a guy who's the coach who's been there.
Yeah.
Who knows exactly what's happened in these past 2 weeks, who knows what it's going to be like on Sunday, who's got that experience. I mean, I remember my rookie year, Bill Parcells was our coach of the Jets. And I mean, the Jets were coming off a 1-15 season. And he brought in a bunch of old guys. I mean, we had Jumbo Elliott, we had Pepper Johnson, we had, all these old dudes that were still around from the Giants days. But we also had, I think we had 17 rookies on that team. I mean, it was an incredible number of rookies. But Bill's message was like, look, I know how to win. I know how to win Super Bowls. If you guys listen to me, we'll get back there. I mean, and that was his entire message. Like, just do what I do what I tell you to do, and we'll get back there. And for Mike being able to do that with these guys this week, I think is a huge advantage for him.
I read a story recently about Vrabel and his ascent, that he's just a dude. He's just a guy. He's a man. Like he was a football player. But there's a great line in the story, and I'll read it to you, and you can tell me whether you think this is accurate or not. This was quoted by, I think it was Scott Pioli, and he said, Vrabel is a habitual line stepper in a good way. He's like kind of doing the Rick James from the Chappelle Show. Like he goes, I mean, he's the kind of guy that would say something about your mother if he had to win an argument, right? There was nothing off limits. But it's been funny watching him evolve and grow because Vrabel has always had another side to him, this empathetic side that he doesn't like to show. Is there something that you know that this is? I mean, is this the guy you played college football with, or is there?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't changed that much. Yeah. I mean, Mike is very much a not give a F kind of guy. Yeah. I mean, and before he had, the money and the fame and the Super Bowl rings and everything, he was that to a lesser degree. I mean, he was, this is what I believe in. This is what I think. This is what I'm going to do. And I'll tell you about it. And I'll tell you what that is. Now, if you're in his inner circle, you're there, like it's tight, and it's a group of guys that I mean, he's the guy that you can call up and like, hey man, we got to go bury a dead body, and he'll be at your door. I mean, but he is that guy that if you're kind of on the outside looking in at it, he's going to come off as abrasive. He's going to come off as rude. He's going to come off as, almost like a New York style kind of guy. But that's just who he's always been, because his confidence level and what he knows and what his ability is, I mean, it comes from a place where, I mean, yes, he was a great athlete. I mean, and if you look at what he did as a player, moving from defensive line to linebacker to outside line to kind of the jack of all trades in New England, I mean, he had to learn that. He had to really put in time and effort to learn that. And it just didn't come natural, and you just don't make that transition. So it comes from a confidence that he's earned, and I think that's where that attitude is.
Well, you mentioned he may now have a piece of Belichick's brain, which isn't a bad thing when it comes to football. And we've seen how competitive he is, taking a face mask to the chin and not like he's still in the game, and then bear hugging his guys after. Like, he's got a pretty good combination.
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's not playing football still a lot of times on the field, and that goes back to college. I mean, if you go back to the Michigan game, I think his first year, he's headbutting dudes and splitting his head open, and I mean, that's just him. Like, I mean, if you go go to camp and he's got pads on and going out and doing drills with guys, I'm like, dude, we are 50 years old. I don't know what you think. Like, I'm about to go to the doctor on Monday to see if I can get my knee fixed. You're out there, playing with 20-year-olds, man. It's a different game for him. But yeah, I mean, that's just who he is.
Stick close, Fink. We're going to talk Buckeyes here if you can in a few minutes. We'll come back with the great Matt Finkes in studio. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leave with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more. See store for details.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Hey, it's Anthony. So I was recently asked how I've been doing in my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. And I paused and I said, you know what? Pretty darn good. Because it reminded me what I was dealing with a couple years ago. My personal journey. I had plantar fasciitis, that horrible heel pain. If I was on my feet for a while, my lower back would be on fire. And now, honestly, none of that. Zero issues with my feet since I started wearing them. I have my Good Feet arch supports in every day. I feel supported. I feel aligned. And now that I feel better, it's made all the difference. I want to work out more. I want to go out more. Just be more active. I'm telling you, over the last couple of years, my health, my energy, my quality of life has all been affected in a really positive way. They've really helped me keep the pain away. The guys ask me all the time, do I really have them in today? Yes, I do, and I'll take my shoes off upon request to show you. Go take the free test walk. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City. Get started at goodfeet.com.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan. It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky's Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Anthony's hidden talent is weaving a movie quote into every conversation. It's mostly not annoying. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
I don't have this confirmed, but I think that if you go back, not sacks, just tackles for loss, that Vrabel was 1, and the guy sitting in the studio with us, Matt Finkes, is number 2. So between like 93 and 96, you lived in opposing backfields.
Yeah, tackles for a loss, I know we had a bunch back in the day.
Yeah, you guys were just in the backfield all the time.
That's what we were just saying. Like, I would have loved, like, coming off my sophomore year, I think I had 11 and Mike had 12 sacks. And we each had 20-ish, over 20 tackles for losses. Like, rolling that in with my... my quasi-agent into my junior year with some NIL.
94?
94. Yep.
Okay, but in 94, Eddie, Orlando.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've been competing for some dollars.
Springs,
Sean Springs, Stubby Hoying.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
But to your point.
He would have been.
Hey, I trust Brian Schottenstein to go out and find me some money, though.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. That's what
right.
we've been telling them.
That's right. Eddie was not Heisman Trophy winner, Eddie.
No, not yet.
Coming out of 94.
That'd be the time to cash in, right?
That's a kind, Eddie's not making Heisman Trophy money.
Oh, my goodness.
No doubt.
Now, Terry Glenn, probably making some good coin in 95. That's some good dudes.
It's such a different era of trying to navigate the transfer portal, build chemistry with guys that aren't developed through the system necessarily, find needs and places, and salary cap this up. Is that, a lot of coaches do it, but it drove Saban out. Yeah. Probably. He probably was done with that. And Urban has no field to come back, probably because of that.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of guys that are just tired with and I think that you're kind of getting into almost two realms of it, right? You're going to get into, we've got a huge booster who's going to, Texas Tech, Indiana, us. You've got those programs that are going to say, yep, we're going to continue to throw as much money as we need to at this. And then you're going to have the programs that are just going to be like, look, man, we're not going to play in the sandbox. We just, we'll take our $20 million salary cap or whatever for the revenue share from the school that comes from the leagues, that comes from the TV money. And that's what we're going to do. And I think that, you're going to have that disparity, and it's going to start to be more clear where, you're going to see that, as you're going to have the Texas Tech that, okay, they're going to throw it. Now, Oregon's always going to be there. But, I mean, if you look at Oregon and the talent that they have, I mean, that is I go back to, I don't know if you, I mean, I know you remember, but Steve Spurrier, Washington Redskins, when Dan Snyder bought the team, and I was on that first team that he bought, it was a train wreck. He was one of the worst owners in the NFL. But shortly after that, he went out and just spent. Like, that just went over the cap, paid Spurrier like something ridiculous, like $5 million a year, which back then was a huge amount of money, and tried to buy a championship. That's what I look at, like the Oregon's doing. So there's got to be a combination of what, kind of like what we're doing here, what they've done at Indiana is bring in the veteran guys. And I mean, and that's what we did, 2 years ago is we held on to our veteran guys and got a couple other ones. So there's a formula to do it. And I think that we've kind of caught on to it. Now, is that going to change over time as the rules? I mean, the rules have to continue to evolve. They've got to start to bring this back to somewhere close to normality in some way, shape, or form. And then what are you going to have after that? Who knows?
So Hartline takes the gig down there at USF, and in comes now Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator. And so your feel on that and what you think he can do with Coach Day and the weapons over there?
Yeah, I mean, I think he and Ryan probably align pretty well on what they think of offensively, or Ryan wouldn't bring him in here. I think Hartline was a guy who, was stupendous recruiter, great technician, receiver coach, the guy that can do all those things. The experience at the coordinator position, I think that was still a lot of Ryan. I mean, that was still a lot of Ryan, making those calls, scheming, those kind of things. I think Brian was finding his way as a play caller. I think with Smith coming in, I think that for Ryan to bring him in, they are lockstep on what they're doing offensively.
You watched the last two games just like we did. They had stars everywhere, but they got hurt in the trenches. That had to kind of pain you a little bit because, and maybe it's the toughest position to really identify, especially offensive line. How great is someone to pay? Are they losing in that area in your mind? Is that why they lost to Indiana and Miami?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's that. I think that, again, I think just our philosophy, and I think it was a theory that sounded great, right? Everyone loved the idea of like, let's slow pace of play, take an entire game out of our session or our season, be ready to go. But I mean, players know, coaches know, and this is what kind of surprised me about that. Like, you can't ever flip a switch. There's no play. There's no theory. There's no just game plan that you can just not do it all year long under fire. And maybe, you're practicing it or whatever, but there's no way that you can not do it all year under fire and then flip a switch and do it. And I think when push came to shove, they didn't have the confidence in it as coaches to really turn it up, go tempo offense, go, do those things that they knew they needed to do, but they didn't have the confidence because, I mean, you build confidence by doing it, and they haven't done it all year long. So I get, like, why at the end of the day, like, they weren't able to turn it on and do it. But, yeah, to your point, I mean, it is. It's hard. I mean, there's a lot of super talented offensive linemen. And I remember this kid from I did games when I was working for Spectrum. I called his games in Cincinnati, and it was the kid from I can't remember. I think it was LaSalle who ended up, and he was like the #1 offensive tackle in the country and ended up going to Clemson. And I remember like everyone complained.
Jackson Carman.
Carman. That's right. And I was like, that kid can go to Clemson. He's not going to be good. I mean, and again, he was good enough, and he was drafted by the Bengals, but he's supremely talented. But I watched that kid play probably 3 high school games. I'm like, this kid doesn't. He's got no dog. There's not that in him.
He was a 5-star.
Yeah, I mean, and you can be a 5-star because you're 6'7" and you're 320 and you can run this and run that. But I mean, to play offensive line at a high level, you've got to really have some dirtiness in you.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just the facts. I mean, as sweet and as nice, and if you meet him on the street as Orlando Pace is, I mean, there are times where he and I like got into him because he wouldn't take it. I mean, and that's the kind of, you need the guy that at least has that switch. And I don't know if we're missing that somehow in our recruiting or development or whatever, but that's, I think I think we have it on the defensive line to a great extent. I think the offensive line is where we really need to look at how we're getting that again.
It's going to be a big offseason for them because we were reacting to yesterday Bryson Shaw, a kid that used to play here and went out to USC, and he was kind of going back and forth with Steel Chambers on Twitter about the USC game this year and thinking that USC is going to be able to get after Ohio State up front. So maybe some programs out there that have respectable talent are smelling a little blood in the water. So they're going to have to answer that call this year.
They are, not with USC. I mean, USC can't stop anybody from scoring 60 points on them.
Bring that up too.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah. I've got a really good friend who's a doctor who went to USC, and like we're in a group chat, and he always tries to talk trash. I'm like, dude, just stop. Till you guys can hold someone under 30. Just don't even mention anything.
That's fair.
Yeah, they don't want to tout. We've got most of our defense coming back.
Yeah,
really?
Well,
is that a positive?
Who did they just sign? Like Alex Grinch to be their defensive coordinator? He's like, we got Alex Grinch. I'm like, dude, that's not a good thing. Not a good thing for you.
Final 60 seconds with our friend Matt Finkes, former Buckeye legendary defensive end. Best thing you remember from playing with Vrabes here at Ohio State?
I mean, playing, there's a lot of great things. I mean, he was always just a high intensity, high motor. And I think, when we played, we always pushed each other. We were close in our stats and stuff. And we had a really good, we watched film a ton together. And I think it was just, constantly pushing each other to be better.
Well done, my man.
Thanks, man.
This is a lot of fun. We got to have you in more often.
Anytime, but I'm right around the corner.
You used to do this every day, but we won't make you do it every day.
I can't do it every day. I can't do it every day. I'll start talking about your sponsors to get fired.
Oh, yeah. Well done. My man. Love this guy. Matt Finkes. Glad he came in for us today. We'll continue with Super Bowl talk when we come back. Vrabel gets the question heard round the world. We've got to take on that as well. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here in the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Always still look at myself as a high-performing athlete, even at 40 years old. And so I want to go able to run and run fast and do things that I could 15 and 20 years ago. And it was getting to the point where the pain was starting to limit that.
Pain attacks people from all walks of life, not just former professional athletes like Bobby Carpenter. That's where QC Kinetics non-surgical treatment steps in.
And now that the pain is gone, I've been able to go and do the stuff that I love and run fast and run sprints and try to get back to where I was.
QC Kinetics regenerative treatments use your body's own healing properties to deliver long-term relief without surgery.
Now, being able to go and work out and do the stuff that I want to do and challenge my body, it's made me a better person, a more pleasant person to be around.
Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Statistics show that roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every day in the United States. Canines for Warriors is the leading nonprofit organization providing highly trained service dogs to veterans with PTSD and other invisible wounds of war. Backed by scientific research, Canines for Warriors has transformed the lives of more than 1,000 veterans, helping them reclaim their independence. To find out more, please visit caninesforwarriors.org.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. It's a big night for both the Ohio State men's and women's basketball programs. Jake Diebler and the men's team heads to Maryland tonight to face the Terrapins at 8:30. The Buckeyes 6.5-point favorites on the road. We will have it for you right here on The Fan, beginning with Brandon Beam and the Fan warm-up show at 7:30. Over on The Fan 2 this evening, you can hear the 9th-ranked Lady Bucks there on a West Coast 2-game string. First up, the Washington Huskies at 9 tonight. Tyler Danberg has pregame coverage beginning at 8:45. The Winter Olympics are underway in Milan Cortina. Team USA women's ice hockey just beat Team Czechia 5-1. Ohio State junior Joy Dunn scored the second goal of the game for the U.S. The men and Zach Werenski start play 1 week from today, taking on Elvis Merzlikins in Team Latvia at 3. Breaking sports news as it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
These two have a ton in common. Anthony loves hockey, and Matty's always cold. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, hour number 2. We appreciate Matt Finkes coming in.
Shout out to Matt. It's awesome.
I loved covering those teams. I know the 90s were a rough time for Ohio State and what they didn't get.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer, and you can't go back and replay them. But if that team gets a second bite at the apple in a 12-team playoff, that talent, those teams in the 90s.
Great shot to get it done.
96.
Great shot to get it done.
And he had the moment. The irony of all ironies, and we didn't ask him this, although he mentioned Indiana on his own, but the fact that he had the highlight of all highlights back in 96 at Indiana. The Hoosiers are at midfield. They're driving in a 10-10 game, I think. Jay Rogers is the quarterback, and the Big Cat and Finkes combine on that strip, and Matty takes it all the way, and it's weird now. I'm sure even in his mind, if you go, where are we? That would be 30 years later. Indiana's winning a natty in football. Like, it's got to be so weird for him to even think about it. But this is the era we're in. I saw USC spent, was it 10 to 12 million on this recruiting class?
Mm-hmm.
Not proven guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not guys to retain.
Complete unknowns.
12 mil. Come on in.
Yeah, and I think some of these programs that have a history like USC, like when you had the Pete Carroll era and some of the years before that where they had some really good players and teams, I think there is a motivation amongst fan bases and amongst people that are big time, financial people to get back to those glory days, right? And if you're a program like Ohio State, if you're a program like at Oregon, you want to stay at the level and the level of success you've have for years and years and years. So everybody's got just different motivation in different parts of the country right now, but that's just the game you have to play to a certain degree. You have to. If you want to compete with the big dogs, and if you're a team that wants to become a big dog, you have to have strong financial backing, and then you have to have a coach that can coach it all up the way that, a Cignetti has, like a Coach Day has in some of these other programs. So, yeah, it's always interesting to hear the former players talk about NIL now, because just the what-ifs that they play in their mind. I think Finkes just did it with us, and I don't blame those guys at all, because the game has completely changed. You just talked about, if we could have picked his brain about Indiana, like those guys at the time never thought this day would come. Like back then as players, they maybe thought that I was deserving of some stuff, but to think that the game is where it is now 20, 30 years later, and these guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, it's just hard to wrap your mind around this, I'm sure, as a guy that used to go out there and grind every day and go out there on Saturdays and make plays.
It's weird because there's no guarantee that any of these guys are going to work out and be worth the money they are. Yeah. I mean, I would say that most of them would not. And if you're paying a 5-star tight end $5 million, he better be the next Travis Kelce. Like that has to be something that really pays off. And I know USC is saying that their class was front-loaded before revenue sharing went into effect last summer, but you also have to find a program like USC, someone that's had great success, that has been a blue-chip program, that has fallen on hard times, and there's enough energy in the alum base to be done with that and be embarrassed enough by it, and then want to buy their way out of it. The part you really get into trouble with, and I can't give you a perfect example of this right now, is either a program that's never been one, that it's like, no, it's going to take way too much money, way too much, we're not going to do it. Or you tell them in this era you can. Like India, I don't love the whole if Indiana's proven anything, any program can do it. No, because that would be taking away from Cignetti. That'd be saying that any warm body then could do it if you get the talent.
And not every university has a Mark Cuban and some other guys that are on deck that are ready to connect the dots, too, with a coach like Cignetti.
First, you have to be able to get the talent, but you have to have the right person in the culture. And he had a lot of people transfer in with him, and maybe that is the formula. But it's one of those things that you have to be, because Ohio State went through this a little bit in the beginning. And I remember talking about this on the air a lot, that Ohio State was not one of the first to the table because Ohio State had so much more to offer than any other school. And they thought what they were offering you could put a price tag on what they were offering. The training, the coaching, the platform, the history, the tradition, the big games, the NFL, the alumni, all that. Like, they have so much to sell that they thought, wait a minute, this isn't enough?
Nope, not anymore.
Putting you in the pros isn't enough.
Not anymore.
Training you, developing you, all that.
Yeah.
You get coached by,
I want all that and then some, Coach Rothman.
Well,
that's what I want.
And that's why they were late to the table, is because they were losing to schools they shouldn't lose to when it comes to talent. And so they had to get back on board, and now they have. But I think the tough part is when they were losing to Michigan, there was a thought of they were in the camp of that their alumni want to buy their way out of that. Like, even if Michigan was cheating, and they were. And by the way, you're going to laugh at this. I went back for some stupid reason. I'm cleaning out the DVR for the Olympics because I need to have.
Where's your percentage at right now?
I'm at about 40 some odd percent.
You can cook with that then. That's plenty of room.
Well, I had to clean it out.
That's what I'm saying. You're good now. Yeah.
Because I'm going to be DVRing a bunch of Olympics, and I need to have room. So I'm cleaning it out. And I still had the 24 Ohio State Michigan game here.
Okay.
The one they lost 13-10.
And by the way, when you're recording games, you always got to do an extra hour on that thing.
Actually,
that's what you got to do.
Yes.
Add
usually.
An extra hour.
But the beauty of this one is it ended right where I needed it to. Like when Howard had that incompleted fourth down, I had about 3 minutes left. I got all the fight. I got Sawyer ripping the flag away. I got all that. The big scrum in the middle. I got all that.
I had to learn the hard way recording stuff, whether it was like shows or a sporting event, catch it up. It's like, let's say the game went to overtime or something, and I didn't add that extra half hour to an hour, and I just what the hell happened? I didn't watch the end of the game. So half hour to an hour when you're recording, that's the rule. You got to roll like that.
So here's what happened at the end of that game. So I watched it, and Michigan is playing for a field goal at the end, as we all know. It's 10-10. They're trying to make Ohio State use their timeouts. Yeah. There's like a minute and a half left, and they're running up the gut. They got their kicker. He's going to kick a 20-yarder, and they're going to go up 13-10. And they played real conservative at the end. They didn't go for a touchdown. And when they had the ball at the end, the camera cuts to Sharon Moore. And Gus Johnson says, I'm gonna record this on my TV and maybe play it for you. He says, this is a young up, and this guy's got a future. This is one of the great brains in all of college football, and he's gonna beat Ohio State again. Now he really
it's a gauntlet.
He goes all in on that Sharon Moore is the next greatest thing in college coaching.
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes later, after they stop Ohio State, and Sharon turns to the fans and starts waving and does the,
oh, yeah.
I'm assuming he's taunting Ohio State fans.
For sure.
I don't think he's waving to his Michigan fans.
No.
I don't think so.
He's saying goodbye.
And then,
go home.
And then Gus says, this is within 2 minutes, where he just glosses like the fact that he's the next greatest thing in coaching. He goes,
and it's intercepted at the goal line. Unbelievable.
He says
mind.
on the air, he's talking like he's Sharon Moore. He's like, you see, we did it we didn't cheat this time.
Oh, come on.
This is within 2 minutes.
Come on.
The next greatest brain in college coaching. And 2 minutes later, we got it done legit this time, wow, Buckeye fans.
Sawyer.
You got to, wait, give me that again. Give me that again, Teals.
Wow, Jack Sawyer.
I love it.
I do too. I love his energy, man. Like it brings another level of just pop for me personally when an announcer feels the way that Gus Johnson feels. If you can find the Denzel Ward call, I would appreciate that. If that's in the system, the barbecue back there, you didn't invite me call. But I love that one too.
How in the world could you go from this is the next best great coaching brain in the sport to we got it done this time and we didn't cheat to do it?
That's absurd. I don't know. That's
I'm going to tape both these. I still have, and by the way, I didn't delete it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
But we're dipping at about 48% before the Olympics.
What are the things on your DVR right now that you will not delete outside of the sporting events? Like, is there a movie
Indiana-Miami game?
Okay. But outside of sporting events, is there anything on there that you will not delete?
I've had a tough time deleting.
Yeah.
Movies are on all the time. Okay. So I do have a couple in there.
Okay. I just didn't know if you had a couple close to your heart. You're just like, hey, these are staying. These are absolute locks.
I have The Sting in there, the movie. Okay. I have an old football movie called Heaven Can Wait. I love that one with Warren Beatty. I still have that. Stuff that's not on very much, and I get it, and it's uncut.
I've never asked you this. As the biggest movie guy I've ever met in my life, do you have or did you have a big DVD collection? Like a ton of DVDs when DVDs were hot?
No, I had a DVD. I had DVDs, but when I found out you could play them on your PlayStation.
That was a little
and
loophole.
You didn't need a DVD player.
That was a loophole.
That was pretty huge.
Yeah, because I was playing a lot of those on my PS2, but I think you needed when Blu-ray came out. And Blu-ray at the time was that 4K then? Was that supposed to be our 4K then?
I thought DVDs were supposed to be the next greatest HD kind of thing, and I remember popping in a Mission Impossible and
what is this?
It doesn't look too great. I mean, it wasn't as clear as it should have been. All right, we're going to come back and we'll play you that question that Vrabel got that he answered seriously, but I really don't think it was meant to be. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
Wartenschlager to the sideline, caught first down. Woo! What a hit! Denzel Ward! You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way. as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
When you've been injured in an accident, hurt on the job, or in a medical mishap, there are many reasons to call Morgan & Morgan. But here's reason number 5. We try more cases than anyone in America by a wide margin. We are on approximately 150 dockets a week and win a lot. Go to forthepeople.com to see our verdicts and results. I believe our results give you the best chance of a fair, fast, and just settlement. Insurance companies know who we are by reputation. Imagine me doing this ad if it wasn't true. They would be laughing. Trust me, nobody is laughing. Their employees and adjusters often hire us when they're hurt. They know, and now you know. All law firms are not alike, not even close. With over $30 billion collected for our clients, we became America's largest injury firm for a reason. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Cash, moolah, greenbacks dough, Skrilla chips, bread and mo. 2, 5, 10, and 20, 30 big ones, games aplenty. Cheddar, butter, lewd and scratch, find the letters. Make a match, cause there's many words for cash. No doubt, many ways to play cash word. Check 'em out. Cash word from Ohio Lottery. It's game time, yo. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions in prizes, don't you know?
Lottery players are subject to Ohio law and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts and springs guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more.
See store for details.
February is Children's Dental Health Month, so make sure you make an appointment for your child to visit an Ohio Dental Association member dentist. ODA member dentists are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and have access to superior ongoing education and training. On your next visit, ask if your child's dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association, so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org. And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
School secretaries, custodians, nurses, paraeducators. These are just a few of the education support professionals who help schools in Ohio run smoothly every day. We are so grateful for these educators who ensure our students have a safe ride to school, healthy meals, and so much more. Please join me in saying thank you.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money, Sunday mornings at 9.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility.
The Fan.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies for us today and chilly. Temperatures will be getting into the low 20s and our feels like could be into the negatives. As we go into tonight, expect skies to be mostly cloudy with temperatures in the teens. Friday, snow develops as we go into the morning, becoming a little bit heavier as we go toward the lunch hour. We could see 1 to 2 inches possible. Daytime highs will be in the mid to upper 30s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. Anthony can follow direction very well, as long as he first prints out MapQuest. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
So, coach speak is a real thing, especially before a game like this. where I know we make such a big deal out of pre-gaming the Super Bowl and the pre-game hype, and I prefer more analysis of the game from these guys versus the Q&A with the players and the coach, because, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't good questions to ask, but the answers you get are probably going to be pretty vanilla, and that's fine. You can turn them into whatever you want to turn them into. So when Vrabel got this question, I knew the history of it. And most people, we throw out the word must win all the time when it's not a must win. A must win is an elimination game by definition. If you don't win, your season's over. That's a must win. Everything else is a psychology test. Like that if you don't win it, the odds would say the series is over or you won't make the playoffs even though you're not mathematically eliminated. Like we throw around this must win, and I'm not saying it's not real, but it's not real 100%. The only real time it is when you know it's your last game if you don't win. And so this guy, Dave Damschek, who works for a Football America podcast, makes this an annual deal, I guess. And he kind of teased his plans to ask it on media night. Somebody said, you know, it's a huge game this weekend, must win. And Dave's like, I'm not sure, but I intend to find out. And when he asked Vrabel, I think this kind of was like, people were like getting on him, like, what a stupid question. And then it turned out to be even more of a stupid answer because Rabes didn't look at him and go, not funny. Next question. Right? So here's the interaction.
Is this a must-win game? A must-win? Yeah, I think every time we go out, it is a must-win game. I mean, it's kind of the attitude that I've always taken in the National Football League.
So he clearly was almost like, in a way, I think Vrabel was so tunnel visioned that he was just like, he didn't even really think, okay, yeah, we're going to try hard to win, and that's what we always do. And next question. Like, because it obviously is a very stupid question. It's a Super Bowl.
So you're telling me that this is a bit for this guy?
Yeah, I think it's a bit.
That
and I don't think people thought it was a bit.
He does this.
Well, I don't know about every year, but it sounds like he's been doing it for a while.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, look.
Is this a must-win game? For what?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I'll tell you what would have been better if you add to it. Well, he would have never answered this. Is it a must-win? It's a must-win game if Vrabel ever wants to be considered into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Like you got to win this game.
You probably need one. Yeah, you probably need one. Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of the reason I brought it up is it caught fire in that it was a stupid question and it was a bit. It wasn't a real legit question.
Okay, now I just need to. I'm surprised we don't have the evidence of this guy doing this a lot or doing this at a whole bunch of Radio Rows or whatever it may be. And so, look, Vrabe's response, I'm not surprised by that. Like a lot of head coaches, I think, have that mentality of, hey, just every day we got to stay locked in. Every game we got to have yada, yada, yada. Like, I get that from his perspective, but I think you nailed it off the top. And, like, the finality of your season makes this an absolute must win. And so, what?
No, it's just, I'm laughing because Vrabel just kept it straight. Like,
I
so
think that's
straight.
Just how coaches are with the media.
That's
like,
what I'm telling you.
Like, they're trying to get in and out, and there's a lot of canned answers that you can go to as a coach and player.
And
that'll get you through a media session. And those guys have been trained since high school, college, whatever it is, to, hey, when you hear this type of question, this is how you answer. And that's why I always say I appreciate the guys that kind of go off the beaten path. Just a little
wanted
bit.
him to go back at him.
What do you mean?
Must win in what sense?
For who? Us?
That I'm going to get fired if I lose?
Right.
Somehow the world's going to explode if we lose? In what sense are you saying it's a must win? And then he would have gotten even more of the bit that he was probably going after.
What if he gave you like the Shanahan answer when he's like, remember, he was Kyle Shanahan. He was like, I don't even know if we're all going to be here on Sunday. I don't remember exactly what
we're
question
all blessed
that
to be
was.
here, Maddie. It's the Super Bowl.
That was the best.
We're blessed to be 4-13 or whatever.
Remember when Shanahan said that? I would love that. I can't remember the exact question.
I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday, so I can't guarantee who will be on our roster on Sunday.
Like, whoa.
Well, that's a
Easy,
kind of a
bro.
fun. That's a funny. Like he went over the top, going back, which I kind of like. Like obviously he didn't mean that, but yeah, it just was a funny.
We're blessed to be 1-6 in the league.
Where are they at now?
We have our health.
Was that Georgetown?
Great perspective. It really is.
Is that Georgetown TLC?
Sure is. Georgetown hoops.
Georgetown currently in the conference is 5-7.
hot streak. That's right. There we go. Hey, forget
Don't make
this.
fun of this
To
guy.
be 1-6 in the league.
How about 5-7? That's how you inspire.
Overall, 13-10 in the Big East. They are 5-7.
You know what? He knows what he's doing.
Hey.
He knows his own team.
He
That's some coaching,
a little more of, what's the
yeah.
The sun is up and we're fighting.
That's Georgetown basketball right now.
Sun is up and we're fighting.
Yeah, you get more bees with honey than vinegar, or whatever the phrase is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's him.
Shoot for the stars, land on the moon, something
That's
like
it.
that.
Okay,
Ceiling is the roof.
little proclivity for positivity there. I like it.
Yeah, he knows his team. Of
course
he knows
does.
what they need.
Got a KYP. Know your personnel, AR. It's important in life. Know your personnel. You know?
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm more of a CYA guy, but that's fine.
Oh.
We have time to play this. So there's a former...
He's kind of stuck, I think, on the CYA.
I'm stuck on the CYA.
I think he's stuck on that.
KYP is know your personnel. CYA. All right.
That's
so
all
the
right.
Y is your. Something your.
Is this like a generational thing?
I got it. Eventually, I got there. I because I just had to,
I'm surprised
go back
that
in the memory
you,
bank.
Huh. Maybe it means
CYA.
something to your generation differently than mine.
Should I look this up on the incognito browser?
CY. It doesn't mean see ya. Like, all right, like.
See ya.
No, you can look it up. It's nothing horrible.
No.
I thought like in business and life, I thought you'd get
Coach Beard in the chat got me, so we're good.
Okay.
What's the name in the chat? Coach
James
Beard?
Harden is in the
Yeah,
chat.
what's it, Coach Beard? Is that what you said?
Coach Beard 91 is his username.
Shout out to Coach Beard 91. Appreciate you being in the chat. Appreciate you, man.
Maddie, do you want to tap
it is.
dance?
Oh, by the way, other people in the chat from earlier in the show,
Yeah.
we're telling you to keep the beard. They like it.
This is
a lot of popularity about the beard.
Done,
Thanks,
AR.
chat. I appreciate
it's
you guys.
done.
I decided to do it to look even older than I am, but it was more kind of goaded into this based on laziness and it being really cold and who wants to shave anymore. And then Maddie's always been, and I didn't think I could really pull it off. And it's,
I've had confidence. I believed in you. I believed in you. You're at a point now.
Over 30 degrees, though, I said it's probably got to go. And we're going to get to 48 next week, I guess. But I agree with you.
Snow out of here.
I don't know where the over-under is going to be.
We told you, though, hey, the Blue Jackets, with where they are, they're always in playoff mode now. So it may as well be a playoff beer.
So you're saying
gotta keep it.
It's a must-win. Yeah, you're right. We kind of did it when Bones got hired.
You're cutting this thing on
weird.
Tuesday is what you're telling me?
No, I don't think so now because I think it's I gotta ride it through the Olympic break.
Because now I'm looking at...
Yeah, that's like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm here for it, AR. I'm looking at 40 degrees on Tuesday.
The Ides of March. Maybe that's...
So Rothman initially said he will keep it through the weather being below freezing. That was the initial statement.
That was the initial one that made
But now we're bumping it back
I think we
to
bump it
February 22nd.
Yeah, I'm not going to... Yeah, because I want to root for Team USA, and I just feel like now the hockey beard is here, and you got to just ride it out.
The other way.
Plus, they're on this epic streak going in.
What is happening?
What's happening is that they got the ultimate wake-up call at a very good time.
Hey, Elvis told us. New coach.
Elvis is... fact that
he saw the vision early.
Back-to-back shutouts with different goalies for the first time in team history.
Did you see what Bill Simmons said today?
Yeah, he gave him some credit.
That was because of the irrelevant thing.
So the NHL tweeted out last night 7 wins in a row for the Blue Jackets. He quote tweets it and says their most relevant moment of the 21st century ?
No. They swept.
Thank you.
One of the most successful teams of the last 25 years in Tampa.
But he's got some static with the Jacket fan base right now. He's not letting up.
It's just kind of fun for him. That's fine. I think that this was a very... I mean, give it to Don Waddell right now because the fact that the Big Don knew that they were playing Calgary and Vancouver at home, 2 teams that they believed they could beat. The fact that he knew how many games he had before the break. He knew that if they just wallowed into the break, they were history. There's just no way they would have done it.
So those were must-wins?
I mean, let's put it this way. They're 10-1, and they're still not a playoff team. So that tells you exactly where this is. Right. Now, the great news is they're in the rearview mirror, and they're coming fast.
Talk about
New York Islanders, get ready. You're 2 points up on the Jackets, and we have a game in hand. So it's essentially even if you look at it that way.
Yeah. You know how in The Wire where Omar was coming, he started whistling. You could hear Omar coming around the corner. It's kind of where the jacket. Yeah, that whistle's getting louder and louder.
Did Negan whistle also in?
Dude, Felix Bautista has that whistle as part of his closer entrance for the Orioles.
That's incredible.
It's amazing.
In The Walking Dead.
I think he did have a
whistling with the bat with the barbed wire.
How'd you like to go out by, via Lucille?
People didn't tell me to be ready for that. I was ready for a lot of stuff in The Walking Dead because the zombie stuff is the zombie stuff.
Yeah.
I've always been into it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't ready for that.
When they had them all lined up.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
Eeny, meeny, miny,
that was
Which
rough.
dome is about to go?
That was not good. I wasn't ready. We're ready for Dan Dakich in 2 minutes. He will be joining us from Radio Row. We'll attack the basketball Bucks and a lot of football. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. Valentine's Day is about getting it right. When it comes to jewelry, you don't guess, you go to Diamond Seller. Nearly 80 years of trusted experts, luxury collections, and no pressure. Guy to guy, they make it easy. This Valentine's Day, shop Diamond Seller, Sawmill Road, Easton, or diamondseller.com.
What can ADP do for small business? We help answer the business questions, like how do you track employee time? How do you do payroll taxes? Or what does compliance even mean? So small businesses can focus on bigger questions. Now florists can ask, can we invent another holiday to sell bouquets? Pizza shops can ask, how do we stuff a calzone into a pizza crust? And pool cleaners can ask, what is that thing in the filter? These are the questions you can focus on when ADP takes care of the business of your small business. ADP for small business.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need, or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
Leaky pipes, no hot water, issues with your sewer or drains? When plumbing problems strike, Logan Services is ready to help you out. We offer free estimates on water heaters, water softeners, and drain lines. Whether it's a surprise leak or an aging water tank, we'll give you an honest recommendation so you can take action fast. Don't wait. Schedule your free plumbing estimate now. Fast, friendly service you trust from Logan Services.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Maddie ranked the most dynamic duo of all time, Caesar Salad and Moscow Mule. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, it's that time. He's our buddy. He's Dan Dakich. Don't at me on Outkick. And, of course, the Indy Sports Ticket. And he's coming to us from San Francisco. The Rice and Roni treat, cable cars, and a lot of other weird stuff that he probably has seen already, my man. How's life out there?
Oh, that's really funny. The rice-a-roni treat, man. People are looking around going, what is he talking about?
Exactly.
How old are these guys?
That's right. I just dated me.
That's really, really funny. You know what? Interesting. You know, I'm not one of those guys. I've covered 50 Super Bowl. I've been out enough, and this is the most overwhelming I've heard people say, hey, look, I'm all in on Seattle. That's who I got. I got Seattle. That's it. And I'm like, wow. I mean, like everybody, like, wow. Okay. You know, I didn't really see that coming, but that seems to be the thing. But that's great. McAfee's kind of the star, which is cool because he's great to everybody. And you know that it's fun. The energy's great.
I don't think we've had a chance to talk to you since the whole Daniel Jones experiment went left, and Anthony Richardson, that experiment has gone left. What's been the vibe in Indy about the quarterback position? Where are we at with that?
You know, it's really a fascinating thing. Like, Daniel Jones is not necessarily going to be the guy when they start because of injury. And, you know, I was asking a buddy of mine last night who works with the Colts, what are you going to do? He goes, well, we're signing Daniel Jones, and Anthony Richardson got to go to work and be ready. And this might ultimately be a great opportunity for Anthony Richardson. You know, the whole idea of Lou Gehrig, Wally Pipp, that kind of thing. He's going to get a chance. I hope so. That kid is so talented. I really like him. So I hope, but the Colts have a guy they kind of like as a second or third stringer, and Riley Leonard. Daniel Jones played well until he didn't and then got hurt, and Anthony Richardson's the up-and-comer, so they feel good about it. But I think you kind of got to make it up. Like, you got to make up feeling good about it. It ain't great.
Yeah, the Anthony Richardson thing, I think, is really amazing because over the last 25 years, and you probably know this doing the show and talking about him, there were like 7 quarterbacks, Double D, to run a sub 4.5 at the combine. And this guy was the first to do it at 230 plus pounds.
Yeah.
Like, he ran a 4.44 at 230 plus. What a freak.
When you see him, that's exactly, when you see him, you go, all right. And he's a great kid. Like, I mean, a great dude, fun, smart. But when you see him, you're like, all right, what sport you want to play and what position you want to play? You want to be Aaron Judge, play baseball? You want to be a tight end? You want to be, what do you want to do? Because he looks perfect. You know what I mean? Like, and then you add what you just said. A lot of guys, look perfect but can't run or can't. Hey, man, I've seen film of him dunking a basketball. I've seen film of him running. He throws the ball from here, from me to you. I mean, it's insane. And, you guys, everybody knows this that cover sports. I think the hardest position in sports is quarterback, and I think we expect guys to come out of college and all of a sudden be great. Sam Darnold's on his 15 for crying out loud, and Drake May's on his first in his second year. It takes all kinds. So I'm personally, and I don't think Indianapolis actually shares this, the majority, but me personally, I hope it works out great for this kid, and I hope he becomes a star because – you're old enough to, and I'm old enough to remember Jim Plunkett. He came out and was a bust. The next thing you know, he comes back 2 Super Bowls and away we go. So yeah. So I hope, I really do. I really like the kid. I just do, and I hope this works out.
So we were talking some Buckeye hoops yesterday. One thing I brought up was Bruce Thornton, Dan, and I think for me personally, I want to see him more aggressive. I want to see him get more shots up. I know he's got a lot on his plate, but I just think, man, if they're going to go and do some things in March and in the Big Ten tournament and all that stuff, I want him to unload the clip a little bit more. What do you think?
God, I'm so with you on that. I was going to talk about that because I've said this on your show. We talk about, going back to football, players, not plays, late in games. I've always said this about the Big Ten. The Big Ten is the best scouted league in the country. Okay. So how do you win consistently? Well, you win consistently by Bruce Thornton going on a run that all of a sudden catches the attention of the nation. And, like 25-12 every night, that kind of thing. And there's no such thing. And people, I think fans, they misconstrue things. There's such thing as being selfish when you're Bruce Thornton. He's proven that he'll give the ball up. He's proven he's a team guy. He's proven he'll try to lead. But now it's time to say, you know what? Nope. I'm going to take this over. And I've seen this. Truthfully, I've seen this in college basketball. I first learned it in 1983, and we won the Big Ten, had to beat Ohio State, was good, and Randy Whitman was the player of the year, and he just said, "Screw all the rest of you guys, give me the freaking ball, and I'll make whatever needs to happen." And I've watched that ever since. And Bruce Thornton is in that position. Some guys, he's going to come out in the draft, so he's trying to be selfish, trying to put up. No. Bruce Thornton is beyond that. He really is, and there should be games where Bruce Thornton either scored or assist on the last 20 Buckeye points, and they beat whoever, and Maryland coming up. Do that, or Virginia coming up, whatever. That's what has to happen in this time of year. Screw the rest. We're not trying to develop now. We're trying to win. I just had this conversation with my son at Illinois State, actually. I'm like, you got these 2 guys that are your best players. Screw the rest. Screw trying to figure out how to put people in the lineup. Get your 2 best players playing great, and then figure it out.
You believe in trap games?
You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
You guys agree with that?
Oh, yeah. Listen, against Wisconsin, though, Matty's right. I mean, he's your guy. You got to ride with him. But Wisconsin's such a weird team because they have bigs. And whenever he gets to the mid-range, even when Mobley got to the mid-range, his step back was getting blocked. Like, Wisconsin does that to you. And,
I was going to talk about that, too. That's the biggest change in the Big Ten. And, I'm watching Michigan, and I'm watching USC. and I'm watching Wisconsin. The length of the wing / we used to call them 2-guard or 3-man. The length is unbelievable. You don't see any longer 6'4" guys. You're seeing 6'10" guys. It's funny you mention that because I was watching that game, and that was kind of un-Wisconsin-like. It was very like, hey, wait a second. Where's big old Butch? That kid, Brian Butch,
right.
or where's, the polar bear, I guess is saying, that kind of thing. So, no, I'm with you on that. It's that's a big change in the Big Ten right there, to your point.
Do you
I know
believe
it's off track, but that's
that's good. Do you believe, when you were coaching, did you believe in trap games? Like, do they exist with your team? Because obviously we get Michigan here on Sunday, and we get Maryland on the road tonight. A game they should win, but did you have to avoid that? Do coaches think about trap games?
I think you have to avoid that when you're talking about a rival.
Okay.
I think you have to, when in a rivalry that's important, not a made-up rival, but an important rivalry like Indiana, Purdue, Michigan, Ohio State, that kind of. I think you have to avoid that. I think your infrastructure. We mentioned Thornton taking over games late. I'm going to mention Thornton in the locker room today, getting teams ready, or yesterday getting teams ready. I'll mention that. That is a big deal. And he's got to be the guy. They have to have a collective effort and to not do that. Coaches are going to talk about it, guys. Coaches are going to do what coaches do. They're going to prepare. They're going to, hey, this trap game, blah, blah, blah. But yes, I do believe in it, and I do believe in internal leadership. And if you don't have that, you may have a problem tonight against a team that's really bad.
All right, our random question of the week for Dan Dockich is here. You ready to go?
Yeah, of course. My favorite part of the week.
So yesterday, a topic came up. One of the hosts on his show here brought up going to a high-end steakhouse for the first date. Are you in or out on taking whoever you're with to a high-end steakhouse on the first date?
If I say no, I'm lying. I took my wife to St. Elmo's when I was divorced, and we, lady and I reconnected, and I took her to St. Elmo's. So my answer would be, if I say no, but I would rather go sit at a bar, talk, and get to know one another as opposed to, that. But I had a great time, and she ended up marrying me. So, yeah, take a woman to a high-end steakhouse. Hell yeah, St. Elmo's. Actually, we did a combination. My favorite restaurant in the world or place to sit is St. Elmo's in the bar on the tables. You've been to St. Elmo's. Yeah. There's white tablecloth tables. My favorite place in the world. So that's why I took her there. So I kind of did the combination of things. I took her to a high-end steakhouse, but a bar as well. How about that?
All right, real quick, I got a random one. There's one booth available left at St. Elmo's. Signetti, Caitlin Clark, and Tyrese Halliburton all walk in. Who's getting the booth right now?
Signetti, not even close.
Nice.
I mean, if you asked me last April or May or June, Halliburton, not even close. If you asked me whatever, Caitlin Clark for a minute, but no. Signetti right now. He is king, and we all genuflect and bow down.
Hoo. Absolutely. All right, my man. All right, have a great time, brother.
See you, brother.
See you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You got it. Danny Dockich. Double D from Radio Row in San Francisco on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right, we're going to come back with a Buckeye Bulletin and what JSN, the former Buckeye, brings to the Super Bowl table on Sunday. We'll let you know that and his odds to score a touchdown. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Are you ready to transform your future and become a confident leader? Look no further than the Ohio State University Army ROTC program. For over a century, they've been developing future Buckeye leaders, shaping careers that change lives. Enroll now and seize the opportunity to apply for their life-changing scholarships. Whether you dream of serving your country or pursuing a successful career, the Ohio State University Army ROTC is here to support you every step of the way. Don't miss out. Visit arotc.osu.edu today to learn more and take the first step towards an extraordinary future.
The big game calls for a big, tasty bowl. Treat your crew to Hothead Burritos Catering. You'll get 10% off any build-your-own bowl or burrito Sunday catering package for 10 or more. Make the right call. Order now. HotheadBurritos.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
The biggest football party of the year is at Hollywood Casino Columbus on Sunday, February 8th at the Sportsbook. I'm Scotty Vegas, and the party gets started at 5 with a special prop show with tons of betting advice and prizes. Enter win a helmet signed by a 7-time champion. It's a party everyone's talking about. Space is limited. The Sportsbook has massive screens, so reserve your spot at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
It's really been amazing, the amount of people that I've had contact me, and the talk is generally centered around QC Kinetics, and whether it's a knee, whether it's a back, a hip, shoulder.
He's always happy to talk about how QC Kinetics all-natural regenerative treatments finally gave him relief without surgery. That's former pro football player Bobby Carpenter.
My message to them is do not wait and push off a week, a month, whatever it is. So if you want to feel better this summer, now would be the time to get in. If you want to feel better in the fall, make sure that you're getting in here so you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Spoken by a man who experienced relief firsthand. QC Kinetics gave this former pro athlete back his mobility, his activity, and they'll do the same for you.
Has really helped me in just my general quality of life.
Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News and World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
Common Man and Timmy.
When I would go to visit my grandparents at the senior citizen home, I did quite well. By quite well, I don't mean I was having sex with the senior citizens.
Common Man and Timmy Afternoons on the Fan is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 4 windows and get 4 free plus an extra 10% off from windownation.com.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time. Jake Diebler's boys at Maryland. We talked about that with Dockich. This being a trap game, it really shouldn't be because Maryland's not good enough to maybe be in the category of trap worthy.
1-9 in the conference on the Terps. Yep.
But that's why I brought up Michigan on Sunday, and Dockich confirmed that since it is a rival, that Maryland would constitute being a trap of some kind for Ohio State. The good news is, it's good news and bad news. The good news is that everyone's getting Ohio State's full attention. Ohio State doesn't have the luxury right now of looking past anybody.
That's right.
Because they need wins. So that's the good news. The bad news is the obvious, which is they need wins. And they can't afford to get tripped up here. And I like the fact that they are playing tougher basketball. Like, it feels that way to me. The Wisconsin game, giving up 92, that's bad.
Yeah, you won't be living there.
That's bad.
Yeah.
So I think they're 7.5-point favorites tonight on the road at 8:30, and then they'll be home for Michigan on Sunday. So you want to get this one because if they were to lose this game tonight, Yeah, I could make the case that Michigan will light their fire and...
Would that become a must-win?
No. It's not a must-win.
No, I'm saying if they lose to Maryland today on the road.
It would be a much-needed win, but not a must-win.
Okay. Oh, I think I'm going to keep asking that question until you say yes on one. Win in your mind.
I'll probably say it around... Well, it depends what their record is. If they were to beat Maryland, lose to Michigan, beat USC, lose to Virginia, like if it goes that route, then I might get to...
One of the Michigan State Purdue's would have to be a must-win, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, not really. Not so fast.
Hold up, player.
Well, I'd have to look at the bracket and see if they get in the Big Ten. You know, they'd be in the Big Ten. They run the table in the Big Ten.
Run the table in the Big Ten.
So it technically would not be a must, right?
All you got to do
You're
is
not out of
run
it.
the table.
I'm just saying we're speaking in mathematical terms. They would not be out of it. So it wouldn't by definition be a must win.
I got you. Okay. I happen to think
Once
in
you
my
get into-
mind, like
yeah.
there's a few must-wins that pop up, even though technically they probably aren't. But I think kind of the way I look at things, there are a few of those throughout a season where you got to have, even if it's just an emotional thing sometimes, like getting off, a losing streak or whatever, like some of those for me are must wins.
If the season ended today, according to bracketology, they would be in.
Okay. It's good to hear.
All right.
It's good to hear.
Let's go to another former Buckeye who's got a massive game on Sunday, and that's Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I looked this up the other day, only 8 wide receivers have won Super Bowl MVP. The most recent one was Cooper Kupp that we talked about, that he did it 4 years ago.
And the one before that was Jules, right? Julian Edelman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's an award that has always been reserved for the quarterback. But if there's one guy that maybe you'd want to sprinkle a little bit on, it might be JSN. And there is, now, him to score a touchdown in the game is...
Plus 125.
I'm going to go minus 110.
It is minus 110.
Whoa.
It's a good call.
Yeah, I like how he surprised
Waterfalls,
himself.
where are you? Waterfalls.
You smell a little fishy to you, AR?
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
Play my theme music.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Why don't we have theme music?
Oh, we can?
You know, like how?
All right, Rothman, would you like Who Let the Dogs Out or
No.
Atomic Dog?
Why? I don't get to pick my own theme music?
Oh, it's got to have dogs
You know
in
what
it.
I want?
What you want?
I don't want Ice Ice Baby. That's too by the book.
Oh, I like that.
I want.
It's different.
It's too vanilla. Literally. Let me. I want Gucci Man. I'm icy. I'm icy. That's what I want. So I'll pick a couple seconds of that.
Okay.
So Icy by Gucci Man. That's what I want my theme music to be when I rarely get things right. AR?
I'll work on that.
I don't know that one. I want to hear it.
Who Let the Dogs Out?
Holy cow, these lyrics are...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're
ease
gonna
up
have to
on
find
that.
We'll have to do a quick 10-second snippet.
That's what I want, though. A little Gucci. That's
I'm about
what
to say,
want.
I think I saw 3 FCC violations in the first line.
AR?
I'm just going back to the JSN thing.
Oh,
do we have
sorry.
do we have sound with him?
Yes.
I'm just trying to work.
Contemplate your theme music while we...
I will work on that.
Okay,
Walk-up music.
Here's him talking about playing on the Super Bowl at age 23.
A lot of great players, great Hall of Fame players, great players, don't get to be able to be up on this stage. So for me to be able to do it at 23, it's a blessing. And, I give the glory to God. And, I'm going to take full advantage of this moment.
I will be 100% honest with you. I did not know his voice sounded like that.
It's always a fun game for me to play, too. Like, guys you don't hear a lot. And
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what his voice sounds like. Fewest amount of yards he's had in a game this year, 72. Well, I'm sorry, I lied. The game against San Francisco in the playoffs was 19. But outside of that, this dude, week in and week out, been an absolute force. And
He led the league, did he not?
That's where I was going, brother. I'm with you, man. Like, I don't know if
With
there's a lot
Sam Darnold.
and a tight
All-pro.
end, and who's their number 2 wide receiver that you really love, right? Who's the tight end that you really love that's really been popping off?
Barner.
And so exactly right. And so to your point, like, yeah, this guy
He might
is
score.
the focus for defenses every single week to stop him, and they have not been able to do it.
He does what every coach wants. He gets open. He just does, and he catches most things that are thrown his way. And he's not a big dude. He is a great route runner, and he's got great hands, and he's a star.
Yeah, he's what they absolutely hoped that they would get when they drafted him, right? Is these type of performances, and he couldn't have timed it up any better because...
And his birthday is Valentine's Day.
Okay, I thought you were going to say tomorrow or Sunday. I was going to be like, that's pretty cool. But, yeah, he couldn't have timed this up any better because he's about to get a contract extension, too, this all season. So, win or lose, the bank account's going to be looking real, real good for
what
JSN
if you
come
asked
summertime.
him, lie detector. You win Sunday. We guarantee you get a ring.
Okay.
But the money is not where you want it.
Why wouldn't it be?
I'm just throwing out hypothetical.
Okay,
I want to find out what's more important to him. The ring or the money.
What kind of a
I'll tell you how I would answer this. You already know what I would say. I need
screw the ring.
45 a year. The whole legacy stuff, like you're stamping your legacy by your individual stats. That's what you're doing. Like if he stays on this path with these type of numbers, he's a Hall of Famer without the Super Bowls. So I need the Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson back.
Yeah. Cam Newton wouldn't trade his MVP for a Super Bowl, and
well,
maybe he's not alone.
AR, you're taking the ring? You're taking the ring.
I mean, I'm not talking. He's not going to sacrifice that much money in this hypothetical, but
if I presented your hypothetical to you as the wide receiver,
winning the biggest game in the world, it's tough to say that at 23.
And you've made it to this point in the season already where it's right there.
There's never a guarantee you'll be back, and there's never a guarantee if you are back that you'll actually win.
But what if I slid a sheet of paper across that said, here's 4 years for 140 and 110 is guaranteed at 23?
Instead of how much? Just
120.
No, I'm saying you need to take the ring, and then you have that contract, and then let's say I cut that down to, I don't know, 80 million guaranteed?
So I'd be giving up 20, 30 million guaranteed for the ring?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an age thing. It's a generational thing. It's like, I think your younger self would say, take the money. The older self says,
take the money.
I want that ring. All right, so he's minus 110 to score.
Okay. Good call
which,
by TLC.
Looks pretty strong right now.
It's a good matchup. He and Christian Gonzalez, that'll be fun to watch.
Think about that theme music, Rothman.
Well, I'm working on it. The quarterback who is sitting at home, one player says he knows exactly why. You'll hear that top of the hour. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at Tri-State Men's Health, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at Tri-State Men's Health. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations in the area to serve you in Hilliard and Westerville.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hi,
Hi, this is Max with Buckeye Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Love is in the air this month. I wanted to drop into your radio and say thank you. It's easy for our team to love what we do when we have the opportunity to serve the best communities a company could ask to be a part of. Thank you. And when you need us,
call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any four-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more.
See store for details.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from That Other Window Place. And today, we're in my showroom to demonstrate how efficient our windows are.
Whew, it's really cold in here, Wilson.
We call that eco-friendly organic air conditioning.
Drafty windows are a major problem for energy bills and comfort. It's one of the biggest reasons why people get Pella windows.
It really is a problem, Leslie. I'm wearing 3 coats right now, looking like a beanbag with legs.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. The NBA's trade deadline at 3 p.m. today. One of the biggest questions has been answered already. The Milwaukee Bucks are telling teams that they are keeping forward Giannis Antetokounmpo. A big night for the Ohio State basketball programs. Jake Diebler's squad heads to Maryland for a matchup with the Terrapins at 8:30. The Buckeyes 6.5-point favorites in this one. We'll have it for you right here on The Fan, beginning with the Fan warm-up show at 7:30. Over on The Fan, too, you can hear the 9th-ranked Lady Bucks this evening. They're out west taking on the Washington Huskies at 9. Tyler Danberg has pregame coverage beginning at 8:45. The Winter Olympics got underway this afternoon. Team USA's women's ice hockey team beat Team Czechia 5-1. Ohio State junior Joy Dunn scored the second goal of the game for the Americans. The men's team and Zach Werenski start play next Thursday.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hour number 3, Rothman and Ice. 2:30, Dom Lusz-Chisholm, the writer for The Athletic, covering the National Hockey League and also the Olympics.
Yeah.
So we'll get his feel on the value that I'm finding on Sweden right now before the Olympics. If I was going to go non-Canada, non-USA.
No, I don't like hearing that, AR.
I'm just, yes, I'm all Team USA, but I'm trying to find some value somewhere.
When TLC hits him up, we got to find out whether he's there or not. Because when I texted him, he said, I got to be around during the women's USA game. So I don't know if that means I got to be around a TV to watch the game and then write about it, or if he's actually physically there. Hoping that he's there so we can do a little vibe check of, the scenery.
We also got
So he's in
to
Italy.
check on the pronunciation of his last name.
No, I think I got it. Loose Chishin.
Loose Chishin.
Couldn't spell it to save my life, but I think I can say it.
A lot of C's in there.
There is a player, I believe, in baseball whose nickname is the password because his last...
He just got traded to the Pirates.
Okay, so he's on
his
your
first
team.
name.
But his last name, when you see it there, kind of reminds me of Dom's, where there's a lot going on. But that nickname, it's fire. The password, I think it's pretty cool.
Seems like John Stinction or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Dysfunction Junction.
So he's in Italy.
We don't know. I'm not
so
sure.
The guy in the top bunk makes the guy's bet on the bottom bunk. If we were in Germany, I'd make yours. We're in Italy, you've got to make mine.
Animal House.
No, but in the ball in the ball yard of years and
I'm just coming up with random
not
crap.
Actors though. Didn't cross acting there. I don't.
Oh, dude, I'm just naming random movies. I have no idea.
No, but you were in the right ball yard as far as years. That's all.
Okay, so that would
Animal House was
Belushi
78.
was alive,
I think
so
Animal House was
70s.
78, and this movie would be in 81. We're in Italy, so the guy in the top bunk makes the guy in the bottom bunk. We're in Germany, you'd make mine. No.
You'll see, this is your thing, man. You're great.
I get one Night at the Museum 2 reference.
Yeah, I think if you probably moved. By the way, that was a good one that you got. That was Night at the Museum 2 that I was quoting?
Yes.
Yeah. Brundon, most popular baby names, 1984. Look it up.
Brandon? It's Brundon. Excuse me? Brundon. Brundon.
My dog's middle name was Brundon.
That's awesome.
And for those of you guessing, yes, I'm white if my dog had a middle name.
I was going to say that is a first for me.
That's a Caucasian thing.
Giving a dog a full three
and even
names.
then, it's probably even rare within Caucasians. But my mom gave my dog a middle name.
You're a dog. Have you ever done that?
I don't.
Dog a first, middle, and last?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Jamie used to name one of our boxers Bogey, which was really more of not golf. It was more Bogart. He came from the boxer rescue, and she started calling him, it was Bogart Henry Rothman. Like it was, she added a Henry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when she yelled at Bogart, did she give the first middle name? Because that's how you know when you're in trouble with a parent.
My mom, yeah.
Did you get the Matthew?
The whole thing. Yep. Absolutely.
What's the middle name?
3 names. Alexander.
Alexander the
When
Great.
you got that Matthew Alexander,
Yeah, I was in. And my mom, she had a look in her eyes too, where she didn't have to say much either. Where I knew I was about to get popped.
Yeah.
Growing up, were you more afraid of your mom or your dad?
That's a great question.
Because lately you've told a few stories in the past month of worrying about Mama Hayes.
My mom she's spicy. So there was some extra venom that came along with that because I think she got that from her grandma. My grandma was kind of that way too, but it was kind of 50-50 lemon lime with both of them.
Okay.
Had a healthy amount of respect/fear for my parents growing up.
Who'd you fear more?
I love them out of fear.
Yeah. Who'd you fear more, Rothman?
Oh, man.
My dad.
Me too.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. And my stepdad. And I told the story about my brother and I fought all the time, like physical fights, like bloody fights, like over anything, food, this, that, and the other. And
You're fighting for food?
He took the last.
What, you
this.
cavemen?
I'm just telling you.
You're fighting for the last berry on the tree? We're fighting over food.
And usually it was late at night, and usually you're just in underwear or whatever, and you're just fighting.
Yeah.
Just pops off out of nowhere. And my stepdad grabbed us both and threw us out on the front lawn and said, "You want to fight? Fight out here." And closed the door and locked it.
Have fun.
2 of us in our underwear on the front lawn.
How long was
now
it?
figuring out
How long was the shot clock for
how
that?
are we
What
going
was
to
the
get
temperature?
Until you can come back in.
It wasn't winter.
Okay. I was about to say.
Man,
I don't remember how long we were out there figuring out how do we get back in now.
So you were the originator of kind of the Joker scene. Like, figure it out who can come back in the house.
That's pretty much it.
Snap the pool stick.
I only have memories within the 21st century, and I gotta say, 21st century parenting, I have never seen two elementary schoolers close to being naked, just like stranded out in their front yard, not allowed in their house.
Probably can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
the parenting styles have changed.
And that's too bad, because you're right. I think
that's too bad.
If a cop rolled by and said, all right, what's going on, guys? And we said our stepdad threw us out of the house for fighting.
He took the last roll.
He'd be like, good for him. He'd probably go back to business.
Away. Yeah, I don't think parents can get away with that now.
Saint star Cameron Jordan took a pop at a guy that's perceived as being a very, very good player. I believe you have the sound on this. This is from ESPN's First Take, and this is New Orleans Saint pass rusher Cam Jordan. He was talking about all the quarterbacks and which quarterback has a better chance to reach the Super Bowl next year, whether it was Burrow or Lamar or Allen. And without hesitation, he said Burrow, acknowledging that he'd already been to a Super Bowl. And then he expressed kind of his hope that Lamar would make it one day as well. And he ruled out the other.
Of these three, with the situations they're in next year, which has a better shot at getting to the Super Bowl? Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
I mean, Joe Burrow has proven he can get to the Super Bowl. I would love to see Lamar Jackson get to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen, if I thought anything, I thought this was the year.
Yeah, of course.
I said, they're all out. All these guys are out. It's his time. And he proved what I thought about him. He plays excellent during season. He shows up. He is Superman. And at the same time, he can't win those big games right now. Again, he can always switch up the narrative years from now to next year, whatever that is. But right now, I'm turning around and I'm looking at Lamar Jackson. Hey, you've got Zay Flowers now. You've got Kyle Hamilton now. You've got, you got a D-line with John Jenkins in there. Let's draft you an edge. You have Marlon Humphreys. You have these players. You have the ability. And for me, Lamar Jackson, Super Bowl.
I'll ask
coming
you this.
soon.
All right, so it's not like he
respects his talent.
Yeah,
sure.
It's not like it was just a big crushing of Josh Allen, but because he called him Superman, but at the same time, if you can't win the big games. Now, he added the disclaimer of right now. I would make the case that, ball security and some bad interceptions in big games, that was bad. But I keep coming back to the fact that they scored 30 points. Like that's enough to win a lot of games in this league. And so I don't know if I would put that on him. So it's difficult for me to hold Josh Allen solely responsible for the Bills' playoff defeats. Based on now, if they laid an egg and scored like 10 points, but there's no denying he has had some playoff struggles. And he's probably, and that's why his coach got fired this year, is because I pointed out after it, I just kept coming back to no Burrow, no Lamar, no Mahomes. And if not now, then when? And I think their owner got a case of the here and now, and what have you done for me lately, instead of saying, okay, let's take a step back here and see if we can't improve the defense enough to help him to win these games where they do score 30 and he's running around like with ball like a loaf of bread and he gets it knocked out. Maybe that wouldn't cost us a game, but if he stays healthy over the next 3 to 5 seasons, I think his chances of success are as promising as the others.
I think all those guys have as equal a shot just based off their individual talent alone. But you really need the collective, right, as a team to all come together too at the right time. Because Josh, Joe, Lamar, these guys can be elite, and they are in their own rights. But we just saw, like, even a guy like Mahomes, in a couple of those Super Bowls that he won, we were talking about how elite the defense was. You got to have some luck on your side too. One of the Super Bowls Tom Brady won, he only scored 13 points in the game. And guess what happened in that game? The other team scored 3. And so we get caught up a lot in the individual part of the game and the quarterback being so important, and it is, but that's not the end-all, be-all. And so the Bills roster had some flaws to it. You mentioned Josh Allen didn't play a clean game out there in Denver, and so that hurt them a little bit there as well. But just as far as where he is in age, the talent that he is right now, the talent that he has right now, because it looks like he's going to be able to play at this level for the next few years. Anybody, I don't think, would be surprised if Josh, Lamar, Joe got them one. Now, you can look around the NFL, and there's some young quarterbacks that are on the ascent right now, too, that are trying to take some food off their plate. And Drake May get him one here in a few days on the AFC side of things. And so, yeah, like I'm hearing the clip. I thought it was going to be a little spicier than what it was. But there's reason to believe in Josh Allen and I think there's reason to believe in a lot of these guys. They just got to have a lot of things come together at the right time.
Yeah, this was the saddest for him, I think. This was the one. And this probably put a lot of pressure on him, knowing he didn't have to go through any of those guys to get to the Super Bowl. That's the one. That's why he was crying at the podium. I think he said live, I think I let my team down. So he acted like a leader, and he is. There are a couple ones he wants back. And I also thought, and by the way, he did fumble before that half with the 16 seconds left. Yeah. And I ripped him for it because once that throw doesn't exist anymore and he takes off, he knows that half's over. That's about securing so that's on him. But it's also on his coach putting faith in him. Because McDermott said at that halftime interview, like, if the throw wasn't there, we were supposed to throw it away or eat it.
Yeah, and no matter how good you are as an individual, I think feeling the heat of when am I finally going to get mine can weigh on you.
No doubt, the longer it goes.
This guy's been in the league since 2018, and he's been in the mix, heavily in the mix. And like you're saying, the pain of this one specifically without some of the other big dogs, I'm sure added to a little bit of that sting.
And it's not an individual sport. So it's not like the Phil Mickelson thing where he just was the best player to not have a major.
You can control everything.
You can control at least most things.
Not in this sport.
Yeah. We come back, NFL awards tonight. Who's going to win? We'll predict it next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
College is great. You know what else is great? Pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of the Ohio State University. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-472-2000, 614-472-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-472-2000, 614-472-2000.
The the ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. T-Bone and Tyvis are part of a balanced breakfast. Wake up with two dopes talking about football, and one of them laughs uncomfortably loud. T-Bone and Tyvis.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Weekday mornings at 6 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies for us today and chilly. Temperatures will be getting into the low 20s and our feels like could be into the negatives. As we go into tonight, expect skies to be mostly cloudy with temperatures in the teens. Friday, snow develops as we go into the morning, becoming a little bit heavier as we go toward the lunch hour. We could see 1 to 2 inches possible. Daytime highs will be in the mid to upper 30s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. Rothman Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, big one coming Sunday. Our friends at Bet365 have a lot of more for you.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Keep an eye out for the Daily Boost, the Super Boost. They have a Super Bowl specials tab. Click on that and have all the fun you want with Seattle and New England, because there's some cool stuff that you can bet on. And new customers at Bet365, they're getting a great deal where you can bet $5. After that, you're getting $200 in bonus bets, whether you win or lose. So go ahead, take that $200 and turn it into something bigger and even better when you bet on total spreads, money lines, or player props. I can't wait tomorrow, man. We'll have some fun with some of those.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun with that.
What color will the Gatorade be? Because somebody knows. Somebody knows out there. I'd love to know that guy or gal.
I'm going to have fun riding a little bit of the waste management in Phoenix.
You still throwing hands out there? People just throwing hands out there?
Alcohol and golf fans. All right, I'm going to take this live right now, and I'm going to bet Jordan Spieth to finish top 20 at plus 180. He likes it out there. He's had success out there. He's off to a decent start. So give me Spiether top 20 finish plus 180.
Okay, I got my eye on a bet boost tonight in the NBA. It is involving the Charlotte Hornets. They're down there in H-Town taking on the Houston Rockets. It is the Respect the Resume bet boost. And this is all about the Rockets and Kevin Durant. It's the Rockets on the money line. KD to score 25 plus. KD to have 5 plus assists and have 5 plus rebounds in the game. So I'm going to rock with the Respect the Resume bet boost. Plus 800 is the juice on that. And again, make sure you're checking out the Super Bowl stuff they have available if you're into that. A lot of fun stuff happening right now at Bet365. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only, must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
NFL awards tonight. And let's go through some of them. I think you and I are going to get Coach of the Year. I think this is the guy we tabbed at the beginning of the year. We both went Vrabel.
Yeah.
And the difference is, though, that this isn't a lock, even though he's at the Super Bowl, because my guess is these were all voted on prior to the playoffs. So he's not getting the run. And I think Liam Cohn, what he did with the Jags, 13 wins.
That'll work.
That's what I'm saying. The Vrabel thing's not a lock, but I like the position we're in.
Yeah.
And then Mike McDonald, should get the same Vrabel treatment to some degree. I liked Shanahan a while ago. He didn't get the Niners that far, but all the injuries that he had this year, I don't know how they made the postseason at all. I really don't. I knew they were going to hit the wall against Seattle. I thought that was one that they finally had to tap out. But I think we're in a good spot there. Do you think that
I'm curious.
You like the guys I've mentioned, or is there somebody else?
I'm curious how much love Sean Payton will get with his Broncos going
pretty good,
14-3 this year. And so, like, I think Vrabes is going to win it, but I can't wait to see the numbers and the voting and how close it will be, if it's going to be close at all. But I just think you named some worthy candidates. You add Sean Payton to that. I think you can make a case for a lot of those guys.
Really good name that you brought up there. Let me see what they were, because a lot of this is from the year prior, what they were. So they were 10-7 last year, so we increased 4. Vrabel certainly has the big bump.
Yeah, he does.
Right?
Yeah.
From
I think it's going to be close, AR. Now that
4 and 13.
I think it's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, I like that name that you plucked there at the end. We know Garrett will win Defensive Player of the Year. I think we believe
Browns are getting 2 awards tonight.
That Schlesinger will get.
Defensive.
He'll get Defensive Rookie of the Year.
And then Jim Schwartz is going to be sitting back and saying,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, how do you like me now? But yeah, I mean, for Miles, just continues to add to the Hall of Fame resume. He's going back to back. I don't know how many guys have done that in the history of the league, but he's in rare air. He is absolutely in rare air. And for Carson Schlesinger, you're coming in and having to fill some pretty big shoes, because JOK was a force, and he had that neck injury, and unfortunately, he obviously wasn't able to play all year. And so there was a lot on Carson's plate, and he answered the call and then some. So some pillars to build around on defense. Who knows what the future is looking like for JOK? But if there is a world to where they can pair Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah with Carson Schlesinger, and that's going to be an elite linebacking duo if JOK can get right again.
Is this, you said something that had me thinking about guys going back to back, because this is the Pro Football Writers, right? This is in the AP. Because in the AP, we've had J.J. Watt. We've had guys that have gone.
I'm sure did it.
We've had guys go back to back.
Yeah, just how many of them? I'd love to know that. But no.
I guess I'd have to look up which. Like, if it's the Pro Football Writers Association, I'm sure, or if it's the AP, I'm sure Aaron Donald went back to back at some point.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Let's see. In this one, so Garrett won it in 23, and so Garrett's
20.
So it'd be 23, 25, 26. This will be his third if he wins tonight. Let me see if we have any back-to-backs. Watt won it back-to-back in 14 and 15, and he won it in 12. So he would have the matching of what Garrett did. Donald did not go back-to-back. I was wrong about that. He won it in 18 and then 20.
Who got it in 19, if you have that in front of you?
Stephon Gilmore.
Oh, cornerback.
Yep.
For the Pats at the time?
That's right.
Yeah, monster year. Yeah.
All right, let's see who else could be up there.
JSN's going to win, I think, Offensive Player of the Year. You with me on that?
I am.
And then Stafford, right? For the big one. For the MVP?
Probably so.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm not saying that like I'm mad about it. I'm just saying that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to see. Oh, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Ted McMillan, probably.
Yeah. Ibuka had a chance early, and
he
then
kind of cooled off.
I think Ted will win that.
And I think, too, AR, Jackson Dart, the availability, like the health, like if he was out there all the time, then maybe he could have made this interesting. But yeah, Teteroa McMillan, the rookie out of Arizona.
Their first pick.
No doubt, man. That connection with he and Bryce Young. You got a big body receiver that's got some smooth route running ability as well. Yeah, that was a really good pick for them. So, yeah, I won't be surprised if it's Ted McMillan.
CMC Comeback Player of the Year?
Yeah, I can rock with that. Yeah, I can rock with that.
I would think so.
Yeah.
He carried their offense. I mean, literally.
It is.
I mean, it's
the amount of touches that this man gets is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like let me. I want to pull up the. I
bet I can guess
the final numbers and all that stuff
on his yards or touches
for CMC. Hold on, let me get this. Whatever you want to throw out there, I'm ready for you.
My line is, did he have 400? Did he have 400 touches? Maybe slightly under.
Okay. What's your final answer, sir? Over or under? Over under 399.5.
Slight under.
413.
Did he really? Okay.
311 carries, 102 receptions, 1,202 rushing yards with 10 touchdowns. He had 924 receiving yards with 7 receiving touchdowns.
You got him to the playoffs. I think Aiden Hutchinson had a nice bounce-back year. I think he's going to get some votes, but I think we probably have it. The Stafford MVP sounds about right. There isn't much that he hasn't done. There's a little bit of, he's never won the MVP. I think this could be a little bit of lifetime achievement.
37 years old. Yep. The passing numbers are really sexy. Yep. Drake May, though, look, he's made a case, obviously, too, and you add the rushing yards as well.
All right, we'll get an Olympic hockey preview, and more importantly for us in this backyard, whether the Jackets will be buyers and how will they do that. Dom Luszczyszyn from The Athletic up next in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. Why? It's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows and big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Act now and you get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window's energy efficiency disappears. The result, a house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer. The worst part is they could have failed years ago and you wouldn't even know about it. Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. Plus, they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you won't have to live with broken windows again. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale and get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. Visit windownation.com now for a free consultation.
Hey there, friends. High Bank isn't just award-winning whiskey. They also make the best vodka in America. With 3 Central Ohio locations serving scratch-made food and craft cocktails, High Bank is perfect for date night, game day, or drinks with friends. Learn more at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
I lost count of how many foster homes I lived in. 20, maybe more. Each time, a new family, a new room, but never a space that felt like mine.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a permanent home.
Now I have my own room and decorated it myself. And just like my family, it's mine to keep.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony once ran the table on the World 9-Ball Champion. Coincidentally, Maddie is out looking for a magic 8-ball. Signs point to, this is Rothman and Ice.
You change magic to good, and that promo will get to a next level. We have our friend Dom Luszczyszyn with us from The Athletic covering the NHL. And Dom, it's good to have you. Before you take off for the Olympics and all that good stuff, we want to talk Jackets with you. And let me run these stats down to you. You probably already know them, but just seeing them in black and white in front of my face, it's hard to believe. So since the Jackets made the change from Dean Evison to Rick Bowness, their record is 10-1, tops in the league. Their goals against, 218, that's tops in the league. Their goal differential, plus 19, that's first in the league. Their team save percentage between Greaves and Elvis, 921. That's first in the league. And now they have 3 shutouts because they blanked the last 2 teams. Other than that, they're just treading water.
Other than that, yeah. Yeah, they've been amazing.
I mean, you tell me what you've seen, people you talk to. This is a bonus bump, and I know he wanted them to defend better. Their penalty kill is way better. How could it not be? But they lit a fire under this team with that move. When they made the move, when Don Waddell fired Dean Evison, and remember, that's his hire. That's not an easy thing to do. What were you thinking at that point?
I wasn't sure about it because I think the last few spots Bonus has been in, it felt kind of iffy, and I think other coaches came in and did a little better. I think about like what happened with the Jets immediately after, and I was a little hesitant because I was a Dean Evison fan, and I thought that he was a good hire last year, and he seemed to get a lot of that out of them last year. Just it seems like they stagnated a bit, and I'm really impressed with how they've responded to this coaching change. One thing I noticed beforehand was how much my playoff projections still loved the Jackets despite all the losses piling up. And I was frustrated with how much it adored them. It seems like they always had this talent in them, and now Bonus is bringing it out.
What have you thought about Rick's approach to the goaltending situation? Because prior to the season, there was a lot of, curiosity at the time when Dean was running the show. Was it going to lean more into Jet, or was he going to lean more into Elvis, or was this going to be a back and forth? And it's looking like that he has maybe some more confidence in Elvis right now, even though Jet had a good night in net last night. But seeing how he's gone about this so far, what are your thoughts from the outside looking in?
From the outside, slightly baffled in the sense that he's not going to Jet, and also baffled that it's working this well. I think several years ago, Elvis looked really solid as a starter and sort of lost his way a bit. Obviously, some tragedy that affected his game and mental side, and I take nothing away from that, obviously. But when Jet came in, I think immediately out of the gate, he looks like someone who could be a legit starter, and he looks like the guy. And I wonder a bit if Dean Evason sort of leaned on him a bit too hard early on, because his numbers were stronger when he was sort of splitting starts with Elvis. But right now, I think you got to go with the hot hand, and Elvis has just been so unbelievably great that it's a bonus that they have this two-headed system going for them where they're both just such good goalies.
Yeah, no pun intended on the bonus. Let me ask you about where they are in the East, because now they're tracking down the Islanders. And I'm with you. They're definitely a playoff team on paper, right? I mean, they're a playoff team according to Las Vegas as well, even though if the season ended today, they wouldn't get in. Now, they missed by 2 points last year, and it usually takes, it's going to take 90-plus points to get in. And I think we're projected now at 93.5. So the Olympic break is going to be interesting, correct? As far as buyers and what they're going to do and leaning into this team, that will be the most interesting part, because he's got, pending UFAs. He brought in, he traded for Coyle and Marchment. He's got a captain in Boone Jenner. Like, now it appears that you got to stay on this course. This is why they fired the coach. So now it feels like that anything he does will be to try to improve this team.
Yeah, and as they should. I think they should be rewarded for this streak and for the way they've really stepped up over the last 2 years. I am even slightly higher than Vegas, where I have the Jackets at 94.5 and a 62% chance of making the playoffs. I think there's a lot of teams above them, like the Islanders, who I wouldn't really bet on continuing their streak, where they've had a bit more luck and they've been relied even more on their goaltending, and they don't control the games as much as the Jackets do. And the other thing that I think is in Columbus's favor is they have a more favorable schedule of opponents going forward compared to the Islanders, where that feels like a team they can track down over the final stretch.
If you were running the show over there right now in ownership, or if you were in Don Waddell's position, and you look at Rick Bowness coming in and the hot streak that he has a team on right now, what would you need to see the rest of the way to hit Rick with an extension over the next few years?
It's always tough because coaches have such a short shelf life that it almost feels like it's never a good idea to extend for a very long time unless you have someone great. And Bowness himself hasn't had the longest shelf life, but I would like to see them make steadier improvements in their ability to control play. Like right now, they're getting wins and they're getting results and everyone's executing at a high level, but they're still not controlling pace to the way maybe an elite contending team is doing. So I'd like to see them reach that level before being super confident in bonus and an extension.
Yeah, and then we'll also see how he feels about it, right? He jumped in on the moving train here, and I think they've both agreed publicly that they'll assess how they both feel at the end of the season. Let's hit you up on the Olympics. This is clearly Canada and USA, and then I would not discount Sweden or Finland for sure. I'll ask it this way. Will Canada Can Canada easily overcome poor goaltending, or is that going to be what could sink them this year because they have so much everywhere else that they could probably win a lot of shootouts? And then on the USA side, how much the key to their success will be their goaltending?
Yeah, I don't know if Canada has poor goaltending and more poor goaltending choices.
Mm-hmm.
They have one of the best goalies in the world right now in Logan Thompson, who has created such a wide gap between his ability and Jordan Binnington's that seems like baffling to imagine they would pick Binnington. And it just seems that that's the direction they're going. And I am working on a story right now about that very thing where it could legitimately decide Canada's tournament, because the difference between the two is the difference between Canada being the favorite and USA being the favorite instead, because they have goaltending they can rely on, and they also now have a roster that stacks up well enough to Canada that goaltending could very well be the difference.
If you were doing a defenseman power rankings right now amongst all the guys in the NHL, in your opinion, where does Zach Werenski rank at the moment?
An unbelievable question, because he's been an unbelievable player the last 2 years. He has really elevated his game, and I think it's exciting to see him on the Olympic stage. I think in a number one, number two role, he's going to be the guy back there. He was incredible at the Four Nations. I think he is probably number three, still behind Makar and Hughes, but he has pushed it so high that he is closer to those two than he is to, I think, anyone else, which is a testament to how strong he's been the last two seasons.
Yeah, really exciting. Rooting for him, obviously, at the Olympics for Team USA and the rest. Thanks for this breakdown, my man. It's been great to talk hockey with you, because about 11, 12 games ago, we were not sure they were going to hold our attention, but here they are. So thanks for jumping in.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Dom Lucian from The Athletic on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems Fangest Hotline.
Fellas, your health is really important, and you should lock in, especially if you're starting to get to a point in age to where you're just feeling like, hey, man, I'm not feeling like myself. I used to be able to get after things at a higher clip with higher energy, or I used to be able to, be in my relationship and do things that, I would really like to do. So if you're dealing with ED or low T, let's get on over to the Columbus Men's Clinic, because I don't want your confidence to be low at all. I don't want your relationships to be affected at all. So no more excuses. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, they have a medical provider focused solely on ED and low T and doing it the right way. So no unproven snake oil stuff or anything weird online that can sketch you out, because a lot of that stuff is out there and they're just trying to grab your money. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, they want to help you out and, again, do it the correct way. Since 2014, they've been helping men get safe with effective treatment for over a decade. So give them a call at 614-300-7400 right now, or you can book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. The longer you wait, the worse these things will get. And I want all you guys to be feeling good about your life, no matter where you're at in age. So again, call them at 614-300-7400, or you can book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
We come back with Tell the Truth, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
When you've thrown over 4,000 innings like I have, joint pain isn't a maybe. It's a guarantee. For you, was it climbing ladders or too much heavy lifting? Hey, we're all in the same boat. But surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way. That's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No scalpels, no fake fixes, just real relief.
What I love about QC Kinetics, these are the most respected medical pros in the country that specialize in non-surgical therapies to get you moving again.
Don't mask the pain, fix it. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
I trusted QC Kinetics. You should too.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey, it's Anthony. So I was recently asked how I've been doing in my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. And I paused and I said, you know what? Pretty darn good. Because it reminded me what I was dealing with a couple years ago. My personal journey. I had plantar fasciitis, that horrible heel pain. If I was on my feet for a while, my lower back would be on fire. And now, honestly, none of that. Zero issues with my feet since I started wearing them. I have my Good Feet arch supports in every day. I feel supported. I feel aligned. And now that I feel better, it's made all the difference. I want to work out more. I want to go out more. Just be more active. I'm telling you, over the last couple of years, my health, my energy, my quality of life has all been affected in a really positive way. They've really helped me keep the pain away. The guys ask me all the time, do I really have them in today? Yes, I do, and I'll take my shoes off upon request to show you. Go take the free test walk. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City. Get started at goodfeet.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need, or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
Take action and get expert service from Logan Services. Heating service calls are just $79. Furnace tune-ups are also $79. And plumbing service calls are just $79. We work in your neighborhood, and scheduling online is quick and easy. So visit our website to book your appointment now. For fast, friendly service, choose Logan Services.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us, and we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Morning Juice is now on YouTube, weekday mornings starting at 6. If you're a fan of Bobby Carpenter, he's ready to attack and dominate. If you're a fan of Jeff Dudoff, drive directly to a hospital. Seriously, The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tell the truth with Rothman Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
TLC.
My bad.
Take us home.
I was a little bit late there. I like this fan.
The cadence was off.
Yeah, we touched on this a little bit. I know that you're clearing out your DVR.
Yep, got to clear it out.
Making some room for Olympic coverage. How much of the 2026 Winter Olympics will you be watching? As much as possible, a decent amount, or truthfully, little to none?
What's that second choice?
A decent amount?
A decent amount. I mean, that could mean a lot of things, but, you know.
I think a decent amount. Yeah, I mean, the hockey is so big, and it's so, how should I say this? I think it's a 4-team, maybe 3.5-team race.
Does that qualify as a gauntlet?
No, because when Z came on with us, he's like, we may not even play Canada. It's a gauntlet. Like, it may not be. Listen, I do like it. I can't tell you that I'm going to go full Blades of Glory and watch figure skating, but I'm going to watch the skiing. I saw that Lindsey Vonn was doing squats and showing.
What's she on right now?
I will say this. I want this to end well. It doesn't feel like it's going to.
I mean, watching her do squats, though, today, I was like,
How many times have we seen a player try to fight, especially recently? Like Tyrese Halliburton in Game 7 blowing out his Achilles.
Yeah.
Like, people kind of selling out for just everything that's left.
Like, how does this end well, Maddie, for her?
What if you saw Tyrese Halliburton prior to Game 7 doing hang clings and squatting? How would you feel? You'd be like, okay.
Like it's about to snap.
Yeah. Like, how could you
I'd be
ski
like,
at that level
Yeah.
and compete at that level on a torn ACL?
Well, we're about to find out, sir.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't feel
we're
like...
about to find out because I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping that she can get through this thing healthy.
She says she's been counted out before, like chasing one last Olympic dream. I'm all for. Plus, she's 41.
Okay.
Now, she's made great comebacks before. And, like, in 10, 15 years ago at the World Championship, she tore both her ACL and MCL and broke the top of her tibia. And she came back.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Not like that time right after, but...
I'll be into a decent amount, like the ski jumping, the hockey, figure skating, the snowboarding, like all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm in. Sounds like a good time. So, yeah, I'm a decent amount.
You guys haven't seen Eddie the Eagle, have you? The movie?
Of course not.
Eddie the Eagle. No.
It was based on Eddie Edwards, the British kid that, you know, they don't have any ski jumpers.
There's a guy named Eddie Edwards.
That's right. That's right. And he was Eddie the Eagle. This is in the late 80s. It's an absolute true story. And he just wanted to become Britain's first ski jumper. And
why did you watch that movie?
Why did I watch it?
Yeah.
Well, I was very interested in it. Number one, because
that's good enough for me. There you
because
go.
I was alive when it was going on.
Okay.
In Calgary. And then when I went and covered the Blue Jackets' very first draft, Rostislav Klesa from the Brampton Battalion, who was in studio here with us not long ago.
Yes, he was.
It was in Calgary, and it was at the Saddle Dome. And I went out to the Olympic Village just to see it while I was there. And it was giving me vibes of Eddie the Eagle.
Okay.
From the Brampton Battalion, Rostislav Klesa.
It's amazing. How did you pull that out of nowhere?
We're at a point now where it's kind of like, what doesn't he have?
It's actually it's a pretty good movie.
I got a little bit of everything.
I don't think you probably wouldn't love it.
Doesn't sound like my type of movie.
Yeah, I don't think it's your movie.
Yeah, anything.
I mean, it's feel good and it's crowd pleasing, but it's not for you.
Ice. Yeah. This is a dry run. You tell me how it sounds.
All I needed.
Ice has some theme music.
All I needed. Now we need you, AR.
AR, you're on deck.
We need it.
There are lots of songs with the word dog in them.
So it could be a song with a dog, but doesn't have to have lyrics with a dog.
It doesn't even have to be
whatever you
dog-related. It can be whatever.
Okay.
I'm just trying to speak your language.
And this is like a 3-second little plug.
When you nail something, you know, he'll play your theme music.
Honestly, just anything that hits.
Okay,
I'll work on that.
Anything that feels like Rothman.
When are you gonna get back to him?
I'm not really sure.
I know you, AR. That's why I asked that.
No, you know me. I don't want to commit to like theme music that's going to carry me the rest of my life.
Well, I'm saying, I know
without
you.
thinking about it a little bit.
I know you.
Yeah, it's going to be me just deciding what it is.
No. I'll come up with one.
The Chicago White Sox are coming up with a ballpark pass. So they had this last year. They're bringing it back. And so for the months of April and May, they have 28 home games. And for those 28 home games, you can buy, so it's not season tickets, but it's 2 months worth of tickets for $149. So that's about $5 a ticket for 2 months. So does that sound good? I will say, consider travel and parking because that's where it can really get run up.
That is a good point, but I like this offer. I really do, because I like AR when, certain teams offer like lower prices on concessions. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here for that. Look out for your fans. Now, are there good baseball teams that would do this? No. So I think because they've been a bad to mediocre team, that's why they can do that.
Didn't Arthur Blank do this for the Falcons?
Was it a concessions thing?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, but I just like ticket prices, AR, like the Dodgers or the Mets or the Yankees are never doing
this. Only works for me in one way. And I think you probably know which way. Where are the seats?
That's an important question.
Like, I don't care if they're that cheap, but they're horrible seats, which they probably are, then why do I care about going?
Because Anthony Rothman's not sitting in those nosebleeds.
I've been to
America?
Rate Field in Chicago. And I will tell you, you might be paying for parking and not even get a spot. They got fake people out there that are
Park this way.
Yeah.
Give me $20. And then you turn the corner and you're like,
where am I
where's the
going?
parking lot?
That person's running home.
So I would say if I'm
$20.
going south side of Chicago and I'm getting a cheap seat, I'm going to need a good seat for that money and probably a sundae and a little baseball helmet.
What's a good seat?
Something either upper deck front row or something maybe inside the bases.
What about upper deck fifth row?
It's there. I don't think it's very good, but
I just love that you said upper deck front row.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Nobody in front of you. Yeah.
Good perspective. Watch the game unfold in front of you.
Yeah. Jay's jacked off his own feet
Good
last
look
night.
at the fireworks if you get a home run.
Hey, I forgot I said that. Spin that again.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God.
Whoa, I had the wrong one twice.
Jay's jacked off his own feet last night. Doing my dog Roman Reigns bad.
The best part of that, if you guys caught it, was the subtle me going, uh-oh.
I'll crank it up so we can hear it.
I did say that.
I'll crank it up.
Jay's jacked off his own feet last night. Uh-oh.
I was like, I knew that. Like,
you know what that kind of sounded
I knew that was
like?
going to live forever.
That's good.
Who was the track guy?
Carl Lewis.
Carl Lewis. Yeah. Listen. You can kind of hear a little bit of Carl Lewis in here.
Jay's jacked off his own feet last night.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'll make up for it now.
Hey, before we go, you miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3. We'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well.
All right, we'll come back tomorrow. Super Bowl props, all sorts of good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Party time, Super Bowl style. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan.